Look at this Marilyn Monroe looking angel. Look at this little baby girl. Look at this little lesbian. Like, come on. I just loaded up the Gift of Odyssey and just got hit with this. I was just like, you know, I think I've discovered what I'm going to make my starting screen. Good numbing. I hope you're all doing well. Well, welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. The not last session, but last like probably big update. I'm going to be focusing on this side of the 2-point series because, as I've been saying, I want to keep my Star Rail streams mostly just the story stuff moving forward, and not like just, you know, every new update like I do with Genshin. Mostly because if I do that, it will start to become a little too dominant on the schedule. It's just Genshin and Star Rail. I say that knowing damn well that the next Genshin update is going to be the last one I do for a while as well, because I don't plan on covering the 0.8 versions. But still, it'd be nice to keep on top of it. But yeah, I'm probably going to roll for Robin, just as a heads up. I was umming and ahhing it for a while, but there's just too much. Also, I love this artwork. We are going to do the main plot, obviously, as we go. Hey, one man, hope you're doing well. But I'm probably going to roll for this Marilyn Monroe little angel. Because, come on, what else are they referencing with that artwork? Let's be real. And I also want to roll for her. Like, it's going to sound silly, but almost like because I want to, like, protect and keep her safe. Because she's just a little angel. And I'm tired of the internet, like, misunderstanding her. It's the most frustrating thing. It's like, bruh, there is a chunk of this community that refuse to acknowledge that there is any genuine lesbian coding in her character. When she's littered to the brim with it. And I'm happy. To get Dr. Faust, yeah, to get that hat. Like, from the fact that, from the quote of the director himself, she's directly inspired by Emily Dickinson, you know, a well-known lesbian poet, to the fact that she literally has one of the two main lesbian flags on her, under her left eye, to the fact that in her trailer there's literally a rainbow of the other lesbian flag behind her at several points during it. I can't stress enough, if you've been with Hoyoverse for a while, they always do this. They always do this because they have China on their ass. So they can't just tell you, but they always do what they can. There's a reason why Honkai Impact 3rd has a book that didn't come out in China. Because some tongues were locked between Stel and Bronya in that one. Not Stel, Zila and Bronya in that one. They always try and push that boundary. So I want to protect it because I'm sick and tired of weirdos online who physically can't accept even the slightest possibility of a queer character in their video game, instead turning it into, like, really horrible comments and jokes and ugh. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I still haven't done Simulated Universe, whoops. This week. I kind of haven't done much. The reason why I'm here is because I've been grinding for resources for Robin, because, yeah. Checked it from the media. Yeah, as you can tell, I really have a lot of roles saved up. What happened, the reason why I don't have that many roles is because I was trying to get Jingliu. I was trying to get Jingliu in the last one. I'm sorry, Aventurine fans, but I wanted to try and get an extra Adolan forging Liu, and you know what happened? I didn't get a single fucking one. I was like, bruh. Because I haven't been buying rolls because I'm not that fussed in Star Rail compared to like Genshin. I just didn't get it once. I was just like, cool, fantastic, great. So like, I think on my history I'm like 70 deep, so I could probably get her in the next batch, but still. Not coding. Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, when a development team literally have no other choice, they're going to make it clear in other ways that don't get them in trouble with a government. Robin, in her trailer, only danced with women. She, like I said, has the lesbian flag under her eyes. She has the other lesbian flag, the moon flag, which is for closeted lesbians, which also fits for her character theming of being trapped in a cage. In the background as a rainbow throughout the entirety of her trailer. They're not explicitly saying it because, you know, ooh, it's up to interpretation. They're not explicitly saying it because the Chinese government will gut them if they do. So they have to do. So they're doing literally everything in their power to tell you without explicitly telling you. They're going as far to the line as they possibly can without crossing it. They're literally doing everything in their power to tell you. If you can't catch on to that beyond it, that's not their fault. They're doing everything to tell you, but they just can't explicitly tell you. The only people that are getting super weird about it are the people that just don't like the fact that queer characters exist in their video games, if I'm being blunt. And it always shows. Every single time I've seen someone be like, oh, no, she isn't. You, like, click on their profile on Twitter, and it's like, oh, this is all just, like, really hateful shit. These are just homophobic assholes. Cool. But I'm going to let that go, because I'll be ranting about it all day. Because it is something that's very much upset me, and upset a number of my friends into this game as well. Just how viscerally... For a bunch of games made by a company that love putting gay characters in at every opportunity, people are weirdly homophobic towards their games. It's like, why are you here then? If you don't, like, you know, like, why are you here then? If there's so many, like, explicitly and, like, blunt games in that sense. Not you, one man. I mean, like, the people that get, like, super antsy about it. But I digress. I'm gonna hit that warp button because I have lost control of my life. Oh, please give me an Acheron situation. Please give me an Acheron situation where I get on the first roll. Please. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Oh, fuck. Okay. I have no idea if I have the 50-50, by the way. Like, not even remotely sure if I have the 50-50. I don't know if this is guaranteed. It's erudition. It's fucking Himiko. God damn it. Which is awesome. Oh, whoops. What do I want? Do I have enough for free to make it at least a 10 roll? Yes, I do. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if I got a Oh, fuck. Alright, we got Robin. Oh, hey! The other character that has a lot of coding that people don't want to accept. I wonder when we're going to get March's story. There she is. Oh, she's so cute. Bruh, my luck is so weird. Can I say that? Like, my luck is so weird. Because, like, I keep losing 50-50s, but then keep on getting lucky pulls, like, without pity, like, within the next 10. Like, it keeps happening. Like, what? Just give me the character the first time. You could please. Oh, don't. I finally got C6 on Arlecchino. You know from the stream, like, that I lost three 50-50s in a row. It got worse. So, like, getting Arlecchino, I lost a 50-50 and got Qixing. C1, I got Qixing. C2 was the only time I didn't lose a 50-50. C3, I got Diluc. C4, I got Dia. C5, I got Dia. C6, I got Dia. I was like, are you kill me? It's like, please. Like, I had the worst fucking, like, luck with Arlecchino. Like, the fates didn't want me to get her. I was just like, please, just give her up. You can give it to me. You can have her. I want my money back. The fact that I got 3 Dias in a row, I was just like, go away. I love you, but you're shit. Go away. Oh, I think they added favoriting in this as well. It was that next patch. Ah, no, it's next patch. We found out that the favoriting system they have in Genshin, where you can favorite characters and they're always at the top of your list, is coming to this game. Oh, no, you can. I can see the star next to Robin's name. It has happened. How do I just do this? Okay, so yeah, you do have to just mark it manually. Oh, look at that little smile! Oh, she's so cute. You know what else was actually kind of funny and kind of really sweet? One of, like, the more well-known, like, Honkai Star Rail streamers, Mina, she has been simping for Robin since literally, the first time you saw the character. She is super, like, down bad for Robin. She loves Robin. But like, she's a popular streamer, a lot of voice actors are aware of her, and like they make jokes every now and then. And Mina's actually friends with Zila's voice actress, Molly. Fucking Robin's actress sent a video message to Mina, and she put it on her Twitter, and she said, what am I supposed to do with this? And it was in Robin's voice. She said, baby girl, are you going to E6 Robin? I was just like, bruh. I was like, yeah, I would fold if I was her. If someone said, hey, baby girl, are you going to E6 my character? Like, specifically said, baby girl, I would fold in a heartbeat. Especially if it was already a character I was into. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is, this banner is Robin and Topaz, which is kind of brutal in and of itself. And then the reruns.
Careful. Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams.
The reruns on the next half. Fushuan is in the next half. We got Boot Hill and Fushuan. And Boot Hill, I will have to see. Yeah, if I show you. Topaz is re-rolling on this banner. With the 4 stars being March, Henya, and Shuye. Give me a tag seduction. Yeah, it's open. But yeah, and then the other half is Boot Hill and Fushuan. And Boot Hill in-game we don't know very much about, but in lore we've learned a few things. We've learned that, speaking of the IPC, that, oh, I guess we got rerolls of other characters. Because I've got an exclamation point. The IPC nuked his home planet, killing his parents, his wife, and his daughter. And I was just like, oh yeah, Boot Hill's got some baggage, huh? Boot Hill's gonna really, really want, like, the IPC to suffer because they just nuked his planet.
Coming to light.
And then in 2.3 we have Firefly, and then we have Jade. You know that super like hot lady with the big blue hat and the pink hair that we saw in the previous update? Her. She's in the next update. I was like, are you insane? Like, these guys are trying to murder people's wallets. They're attacking everyone. I've still got an exclamation point, so there's someone else's Adolin that I have that I've missed. Gosh. Oh, right. Yeah, right. The 50-50 I lost. Right, I forgot about that.
The Express's path bridges the stars, as if it were a string of shimmering pearls.
Yeah. I've also seen the leak. I only mention it briefly because I don't want to talk too much about leaks. But when it's character leaks, I can't help myself. Sometimes I like to know in advance what I'm working towards. But Jade's ult is literally her having a contract stamp on her heel and stamping on you, and the contract, when it's signed, summons a snake that then eats you. And I'm like, of course they give, like, the hot woman an ult where she steps on you. Of course they do. Like, why wouldn't they? Just to make sure she's sold. Just to make sure people get her. They're gonna do that. Of course they do. Yeah, I see you, Hoyo. Exactly. Oh, and her signature weapon's a whip, because of course it is. It's a cane that turns into a whip. Oh, hello, Boot Hill. Jesus Christ.
After 12 system hours, this grand celebration will commence with much fanfare.
Is this how we're starting today's story, huh?
I already told you. We can talk things out.
I'm sorry, Fluffy. I really have something
Boot Hill.
urgent to attend to, so I had no choice but to resort to asking this favor of you all.
Friendly reminder, this is a married man with a daughter who lost both to the IPC. So, if he seems a bit zany and a bit weird, probably why. I can't even begin to imagine how much, hey, the government nuked your family would do to someone. The government that can't be stopped nuked your family. He's also an actual Galaxy Ranger, unlike Acheron, who just said she was a Galaxy Ranger. And so I guess he took the Ranger part kind of seriously. Also, is he just like, what's with his hair? Is he just like male Arlecchino?
Since you already know what you're doing, I'll also have to remind you of its risks.
Also, yeah, maybe don't attack Dun Hung, Boot Hill, because he's like imbibed to Lune, he'll kick your ass.
Hey, partner, what's with the hostility? I thought pulling this thing out was just a way of saying hello.
For the last time, state your identity and purpose.
My name's Boot Hill, and I'm a Galaxy Ranger.
Also, a lot of his body is cybernetic because of injuries sustained, which is why there's like a slight filter on his voice, because there's probably a bunch of mechanical parts in his throat. Like, he's had a lot of augmentations from what we've learnt to kind of survive. Yeah, this is just a friendly, happy way we say hello. You're pointing a gun at me? Ah, friendly. It's like, mate, you can keep saying friendly, it ain't getting friendlier.
A Galaxy Ranger?
You look like you seen a ghost. Did you think we all went extinct? Well, that's the price you pay for being off-grid for too long.
I do think his eye is kind of cool. The fact that his eye is like an actual like aiming reticle is kind of sick, with like a red dot in the middle.
The righteous heroes of the hunt would never hijack the Astral Express.
Yeah.
I ain't hijacked anything. What, chatting with someone while holding the gun is considered a hijacking?
Boot Hill. Boot Hill. That is. So what? So what? I've got a gun pointing at you, and you're the ship, and you're the only guy on this ship, and I'm here too, and I shouldn't supposed to be here. Does that mean I'm hijacking you? Yes.
It probably is.
Pardon my frankness, but there are plenty of rumors.
But he
in the
literally is
cosmos
just a
regarding
space
the
ranger.
Galaxy
Look at
Ranger's
him.
Current status.
I know it's like Galaxy Ranger, but he genuinely is just like a space cowboy.
I have a hard
It's
time
a space
believing you.
robot well, mechanical cowboy. Look how many mechanical pieces he has in him. A gun. Oh jeez, you must be really down there, because it seems like they just give anyone a gun for free.
Oh, this is hilarious.
In the US.
The tale that this bunch of fools spin is getting out of hand.
Hey, if Homer Simpson could get a gun in that one episode of The Simpsons, I know there's something wrong with the American system.
And they're in some valley screwing around on swings. Of course, I know you won't believe me, which is also why, similarly, I have a hard time believing that you're the real Nameless. See the bullets in this gun? 9mm, an eternal classic. I may need the Astral Express's help right now, but if you're an imposter just like that one, then this bullet might just end up in my head.
Can I just say he's kind of giving me Revolver Ocelot vibes?
I can't allow myself to be exposed to danger.
The way he started describing his gun while still pointing it at us.
So, you all have to first prove yourselves. Huh? Where are you going?
Oh, fair.
Recognize this?
In capitalist America. Yeah.
The Jade Abacus of Ally and Oath. The CN Joe really gave this to you guys?
Let him say motherfucker. Game. What do you mean muddle fudger? Let him say motherfucker. It's okay, Boot Hill. I pick up what you're putting down. Let this man swear. American Armed Forces. Well, I mean, if you're not allowed to have a gun, I can imagine you're not allowed to join the armed forces. I think that would go hand in hand. Or at least I'd like to think it does.
Muddle fudger?
Pom-pom, no.
This is the Jade Abacus gifted to the Express by the Shenzhou Lawful's general, Jing Yuan. Its presence on board serves as the Shenzhou Alliance's official recognition of the Express. Is that enough?
Not bad, kiddo.
Of course, he had to do the pistol spin. I kind of like his design. It's a little extra, admittedly. Like, he looks like he's got like a bunch of badges of metal on his side, but I kind of dig it. I kind of vibe with it.
And across these sprawling stars, a gentle squeeze is all it takes to rustle up a whole legion of Cloud Knights. Now, I reckon that'd be one fudging sight to be.
Let this man swear. hey, Star Rail Riders, I know the age rating is like a 12, but let this man swear. I know this age rating is like teen, but let him swear. just he can get the pass.
Now it's your turn.
But that's the thing I'm curious about with Zenless Zone Zero. I don't know about its Western rating. I haven't looked, but in China, it's got a higher age rating than what Star Rail and Genshin have. Because Star Rail and Genshin are both technically T for teens or 12 pluses if you're looking at the PEGI system, which I do. So I'm in the UK. I forget what it's called. Like, I don't know if you have one that's like between teen and mature. Like, it's not like 18 plus as like adults only, like Grand Theft Auto, but it is higher than teen in the US. But here it is a 15 plus. But yeah, Zenless is Chinese equivalent is a 15 or /16 plus instead of a 12 plus, which is what Genshin and Star Rail are. Which probably won't mean too much in the grand scheme, but it means they theoretically could get away with a little bit more in Zenless, which is another reason why I'm kind of interested in what Zenless is going to do. Because in terms of like narrative pieces and character development and stories, like one of the locks have been loosened because the age rating is going to be higher. You know, like they can make it a little bit more. I don't know what the right word is. Like aggressive, I guess, or just compelling, or just darker, or like without having to worry.
Been ages since the Galaxy Rangers had the spotlight shown on them. We ain't equipped with such fancy gadgets.
They can't.
But I've been around the block enough to know the way to handle.
You're complaining about something that would get the game shut down if they did it.
Easy as pie. All right then.
People, how quickly people forget the outrage that Honkai Impact 3rd got. So much so, they had to remove a cutscene from the game because they dared to show anything even remotely direct about a lesbian. I thought they moved out. Yeah, 95% of their profits are still from China, and they will just get cut off overnight if they do something that China doesn't like. Well, not 95%, but you know what I mean. The major majority of the money they make is from China. That would be way too much of a loss. The only way they'd be able to get away with it is if the entire team had guaranteed safety, which they don't, because a number of them, although the companies moved out of it, doesn't mean every member of the team was moved alongside them. A number of them still live in China. And so their lives would be in jeopardy, and I can prove this because when Zhongli first released, they got bomb threats. They got doxxed and got bomb threats from Chinese citizens because they felt that Zhongli, being a representative of China, not being a strong character, was an insult to them. So they got their addresses doxxed and they got bomb threats. So until they're safe, they can't risk it. And even if they were safe, fine, money talks. Money is always going to be something that will stop them. Because if you're cutting off, if I'm being more realistic, like 75 to 80% of your total revenue, that will just kill your games overnight. That will be very hard to recover from. But yeah, that's the thing. People are like, oh, if they can't be more explicit, then I'm not going to play their game. And I was like, yeah, that's the thing. If they were more explicit, no one would be playing their games. That's why they can't anymore. The only reason they used to get away with it from Honkai Impact Third is because it was much more under the radar. So a lot of people weren't aware of it, even in China. So when they had a lot more like extravagant and blunt lesbianism, they got away with it. It was only when it started taking off that suddenly a lot of them had to get patched out because they started getting protests, riots, threats, government involvement and the works. They really got hammered down for it. It's why that there's a cutscene where in the Chinese version, Zila and Bronya hug, and in the rest of the world version, they kiss, because the kiss was the original version, but they had to change it to keep China happy. And before people say, oh, then why don't they just do that with the new stuff, just change it for the Chinese version? Yeah, when they did that, it also sparked controversy, because the Chinese people decided that Hoyoverse must be biased to people outside of China, and so are not patriotic, and so are the enemy of man. So they stopped doing that as well. They can't win. Literally. Unless the entire team has safety and is out of China entirely, they can't win. Like, as in, like, financial safety and, like staff safety. So it ain't gonna be that way. Which is why, when the writers want to tell you a character is non-binary, they will put non-binary flags in the background of the character, or they will have it in the lighting of that character, or they will have characters say things that are comparable. If they want you to believe a character is gay or lesbian, they will do the same. If they want you to believe a character is trans, they will do the same. There are many characters that have very detailed coding, and that coding is only there because they can't explicitly tell you. But it's there, because they know people who are prepared to put two and two together will catch on. And that's enough. It's enough that people can still have their characters and still have their headcanons, while at the same time making it that Hoyoverse don't have to compromise on their characters as much as they probably would have to otherwise. Because especially, like, it's less so in Genshin, although Genshin has its moments. And Arlecchino is also good proof of what I mean by Genshin has its moments. But Star Rail and Impact Third, like Honkai in general, Dewey, the director and like lead writer and whatnot, he is very clearly an ally, and everything he does for it, he always wants to have the inclusion and do all that stuff for it. And he did without remorse when his games went under the radar, so it didn't matter. And the moment they went up on the radar and suddenly his own staff started getting harassed, he had to back down, and he knew he had to back down because it wasn't just him. I think if it was just him, he probably would have still done it. But the fact that he has a whole team and they were in danger because China. What, like that? I just wish they weren't messed over by China. Robu? What? Oh, you got me scared for a second there. I was checking my audio. I was like, uh-oh. But you get what I mean. Because, like, Arlecchino, there's only 3 women that Arlecchino has been, like, outwardly positive to. Like, there are people that she's okay with. Like, she likes her, like, she obviously cares about her kids, and she has a mutual understanding and respect for the Traveler. But in her lore, outside of the house, there's only 3 people she's ever really given a shit about, and all 3 of them are women, and all 3 of them are singers. She has a type! All 3 of them are singers. She has a type. But they won't explicitly tell you that, but they will leave the breadcrumbs there, you know? What, you were crashed? Oh. Because Clervy used to sing the pain away, and would sing melodies to Arlecchino when they were kids. La Signora, no, not La Signora, sorry. Furina is an opera singer, and in her like character quest and whatnot, not in her like character dialogue, you can find out that Arlecchino sends cake to Furina every single week without fail. because she genuinely cares about that kid, and it's partial to like make amends for like threatening her life a little bit, but also to like show that she cares and she's there for her. And the third one is Columbina, which she speaks very highly of, and even refers to her as a very special individual. Columbina sang at La Senora's funeral, so all three of the women that Arlecchino likes, regardless of whether you take that as like lesbian shipping or just likes as a friend or whatever, all three of them are singers. She has a type. She has a type, whether romantically or as a friend. She has a type. She likes singing. She likes singers. But that's what I mean. It's like it doesn't have to be attraction, but it's clear that like she seems to have a soft spot for those who sing. And we kind of know why on a narrative thing. The only thing that tended to hold back the curse when Arlecchino was young, like, you know, like, because Arlecchino's hands and arms are, like, black, that's the curse taking over her body, like the Bale Moon curse. The only thing that would keep the curse at bay was when Arlecchino was at peace with herself. The more stressed out she got, the more it took over her. Nothing would put her at peace quicker than listening to Clervy singing when she was a kid. So she would always kind of, like, relax and calm down when she was listening to Clervy sing. And we also know that she, since Furina started going back to the opera scene, not as, you know, the Archon, but as a performer, Arlecchino has been, when she's out of work, visiting those opera performances to listen to Furina sing. So it probably gives her a similar sense of comfort. And then, like I said, she, through her dialogue, she thinks very highly of Columbina, and even refers to her as a very special person. And Columbina sang at La Senora's funeral. So there's a correlation. Anyway, I keep on talking about Genshin in this Star Rail stream, and we've been going for like half an hour, and we've like barely advanced this plot, so...
And why would I play along?
If I truly am a real Galaxy Ranger, you stand to lose nothing.
Alright then. Tell me. What kind of organization...
Also, is this how they're going to get Dan Heng into Penacony? Because we learned in 2.1 that I can't remember if it's Consonance. I think it was like it was one of the 4 kids of the Duke Inferno, but I think it was Consonance who said that the entire plan was to get every single member of the Nameless in Penacony. So it's like the moment that was mentioned, it's like, well, Dan Heng's still on the train, so how are you going to get him involved? I guess this is how. Boot Hill.
Oh, my friend, this question is a hard one. I don't think I can even consider us an organization to begin
Also,
with.
yeah, for anyone who's tempted to roll for Boot Hill, him being a Galaxy Ranger, even not looking at leaks or information or anything, he is guaranteed to be the Hunt. Because all Galaxy Rangers follow the Hunt. So if you want another single target DPS, well, here he is. That was a bit silly.
Everyone's
I mean,
on their own fated
you
path,
say that, but like...
with their own resolute sense
The
of
only time
righteousness
every
and
single one of
not
them
so
was involved directly,
welcome
like,
among
in, like,
such
actually, like,
so-called
there doing and stuff,
universal
was the space
values.
station. Because March and Dan Heng find you, Himiko joins your team temporarily as a trial character to help you out with a few things, and, Welt saves you when you nearly get succumbed by the, core. Both Welt and Himiko stay behind, in Yurilo 6. Himiko stays behind or in Sanjo Lorfu. This is the only time since the space station where all of them are going to be on the planet.
This reply does not instill trust. It only makes your predicament more precarious.
I'm guessing.
And
you're
to be
gonna ask
fair,
about some form of
2.0,
shared faith, right?
like, we kind of went
Us
in with
Galaxy
everyone,
Rangers
kind of waved at them,
don't
like,
need that
okay,
sort
cool,
of
cool to
thing.
see you guys, nice to see you
What
again,
brings us
March, Himiko,
together
Welt. Anyway, we're
is a
going to the
shared
Dream Realm, and that was like the last we heard of them for most of 2.0 story. Like, they were just around. It's only, like, in 2.1 where, like, we're trying to figure out who we can trust, that, like, Welt became mandatory, basically, for the story to move forward, because the only way they could find out if they were going to trust, Acheron was by Welt recognizing her as a Raiden Mei, which only he would be able to do considering he's from another universe who has experienced a Raiden Mei. And being able to recognize her as a Raiden Mei and then talk to her and try and figure out if she's a trustworthy Raiden Mei or a dangerous Raiden Mei. And Himiko, we just wanted her in because she hasn't been on a planet since the fucking space station. So like, please let Mother join.
Never bully the weak. Never kill the innocent.
It's Dunhung, which I'm curious about, because Dunhung, I kind of felt like March, they could, the whole dream thing, I'm surprised they didn't, but I get they probably don't want to dive into it too much. I'm surprised they didn't do the whole dream thing to start tapping into March's lost memories, or at least, like, give her things that might tie to it. Because we know that arc will come eventually, but, like, Dunhung literally just went through an arc with the Sun Show, so he's, like, the only one that I'm like, do we really need him, like, for, like, the very next chapter?
As Galaxy Rangers, we strictly adhere to the bottom line. When someone crosses them, the hunt's vengeance will surely come knocking. And in this moment,
also, Boot Hill, why have you got, like, shark teeth?
Line comes into play. As long as you don't cross it, you're free to do whatever you please. You catch my drift?
Second question. Why do you seek trouble with the Astral Express?
I already said that I seek no trouble. I must go to
I just happened to point a gun at you.
But I don't have an invite. And I can't even enter the family's hotel doors.
I like Dunhung, but I do understand, like, he's very much the straight man in a lot of ways between the kids. Like, if we exclude Himiko and Boat Yang, because they're kind of like the parents, between the kids, he's very much the straight man. March is the free spirit. Stell is the fucking trash raccoon. Like, she's just a complete, like, girl failure, but we love her anyway. Like, Dunhung is the straight man that kind of goes, alright, you two, pack it up. And I did like his arc in the Sunshine Lawfu. As much as I think the Sunshine Lawfu story arc as a whole wasn't as good as Yurilo 6, I did like his arc. I liked him, like, his story. I liked Jing Yuan. I liked Blade.
Aren't the Galaxy Rangers also esteemed guests?
Hey, look, I meant that with love.
Oh, you've hit the nail on the head. This is why I'm here. It's fine if I tell you. The Rangers are
also, I really hope Boot Hill has this stupid hat on when if you have him. Like, for people that are gonna roll for him, I hope he keeps the hat, because I kind of like how silly it is. I kind of like how, like, extra his design is. It's Blade!
My informant is a memo keeper. She's the same as all mimetic organisms, appear in one moment and
oh, is your informant Black Swan?
She scares the fudge out of me.
Let him say fuck. She scares the fuck out of me. That's what he wanted to say. I don't know why it tickles me so much. It's just so funny to hear this fully grown man refuse to swear.
That Galaxy Ranger imposter. Who is it?
Is that the third question?
Is it a hard question?
It isn't. Just that you might not believe me. That person calls herself Acheron. And according to our informant, she could
we know this.
An emanator.
Because she sent Aventurine literally to the Shadow Realm by revealing she was the emanator of nihility.
It's impossible.
I mean, Dunn doesn't, but we do.
Don't worry. When I first received the news, I had the exact same reaction as you.
I also saw a theory, and it was a pretty interesting theory considering we still don't know anything about March 7th's real past. But someone made the idea, or presented the idea, that remembrance as a path follows, is very ice-based in the simulated universe. Like, it's always like freeze enemies, boost ice damage, and shit like that. What if March 7th can't remember her past because she's the emanator of remembrance? And the irony of it is, like, not lost on me. Remembrance, and she lost her memory, but what if she is the emanator of remembrance, and because she is basically a chosen one of God, or of the remembrance God in that sense, something happened that made her in danger, so her memory had to be locked up. Which would also explain why the people that came to block off March's memory when you do Fu Xuan's quest were keepers of memory, were remembrance path followers. Propagation. Yeah, make her like the chosen one of the bugs.
IX never gives anyone.
But yeah,
so
no,
much
that's
as a
like a
glance.
theory that I read.
It's perfectly normal.
that she might be
What
the
reason
emanator
would
of
they
remembrance.
have to bequeath strength unto mortals?
Then you must know
And to be fair, it's a pretty
Emanators
solid
can
theory
also conceal
in that
their
sense.
own identities, which
She could
many
not. She could be
people
something completely different. She could just be like a threat to the universe,
otherwise
and she doesn't
there'd be
can't remember it. But that one kind of
bloodshed across
sticks,
the cosmos, or even, perhaps,
especially considering
turning
when
their
March
back
was
on
originally
the path
found,
they're
she was
supposed
encased
to
in
follow.
6-phase ice, in it's like really, really like unmelting ice that kept her in it forever.
I had the good fortune of running into an elation emanator. Its appearance was
Oh,
no
you've run
different
into the
than that
emanator of
those
elation.
clowns.
Is that
If it weren't
Sparkle?
through sheer luck
Because that's
I
a
got
very common
drunk,
theory, especially after her
I would have never
trailer.
known of its eminent status.
Sparkle's trailer, when she says, "What is elation?" Me, I am elation. It's like, okay, Sparkle, we hear you. You're probably the emanator, sorry, of elation.
Even in the purest hunt, you'll
Myself.
find the Xianzhou Alliance under the
No.
spotlight.
Analogy?
with Galaxy Rangers
mean-
lurking in the shadows.
Yeah, I can kind of see it, because when she goes into the Firefly, her voice changes into, like, she changes into Firefly, she changes into Sam.
Beyond our
Um,
understanding.
She gets the, like, Aiden Rudd voicing the character instead, and he has that very deep, growly voice. I can kind of see the comparison. It's probably why I love her so much.
To reckon that nihility emanators don't exist, well, maybe we just ain't nihilistic enough.
Alright, Boo Hill.
So, do you understand now? Your companions are in danger, and it's pretty harrowing. If you don't want to believe me, you'd best send a message to them, but I'd advise you to move fast. We don't know what's happening in the dreamscape or how much of what the memo keeper said is true.
Yeah, Boo Hill is kind of...
That Acheron
that Acheron.
knows what she intends to do.
You're the ones that have been a Redditor. Don't know anything but that. Anyway, immediately following the fight with Aventurine.
That's not up to you. Did you know?
God, that fucking bird is watching again.
Land of dreams for the first time.
We still need to... We know that Gallagher is in control of the Memory Zone meme. Like the Death Snake thing.
Solid
But that doesn't necessarily mean he's the main antagonist of all this. It's just there's shit going on.
raise their heads to gaze at the sky. Be it reality or dream.
What the fuck is going on?
Staring at the sky is instinctual for humanity. Since the day that the golden hour was completed, it's always been there.
Because, yeah, Aventurine, to recap people, Aventurine baited Acheron into revealing she was the Emanator and slashing through him, because the slash of an Emanator would be powerful enough to shatter the illusions within the dream and reveal that there is a true death within it to the masses. Something that the family had been doing everything in their power to hide from people, that you can truly die within the dream. That it isn't just an illusionary world, there is actually a true threat, it is a true realm, it isn't something in your head. So this is probably the voice of the family, like, not being too amused by the fact that she just shattered the illusion in front of everyone and revealed that there is a true death.
And this whole event happened within
Yeah,
the
but now this
course
night sky has
of a
been mercilessly
single
severed,
slash
died with the
blade.
mist of nihility.
A single slash of a blade isn't really accurate. It was actually 2 blades, just that the second one was faster.
That's not the point.
I like how the family's getting sassy. He's like, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Many guests who weren't supposed to be invited
The corn, yeah.
at this banquet.
What do we think the bird is?
Is all embracing
Other than obviously like a watcher from the harmony.
them the door
Like, who do we think it belongs to? What do you think it's involved with?
of Penacony and the peace. The planet of festivities has no place for you a puppet.
Sunday? Yeah, I think I can agree with that.
Those who live in the shadows do not
But I still think Sunday is the mastermind behind a lot of this. It's just there's also a lot of players doing their own thing. You know, Aventurine was doing his own thing. Acheron here is here to try and get the Watchmaker's legacy. Gallagher is literally killing people with the Memory Zone meme. Sparkle is here to spectate and pick up the pieces of whatever's left behind to get whilst trying to get what she wants. Like, you know, I mean, there's a lot of people doing their own thing. No one is truly like in it for others. Almost everyone here is in it for themselves. Speaking the whole game.
Of living in the shadows, there's probably not much difference.
I doubt it'll go that far, but I think
It's
Sunday
only
is definitely
polite
like one of the
to
lead
reveal your true
antagonists,
self,
if not the lead
at least when
antagonist
speaking to
of
others.
Penacony. But I don't think it will carry on beyond that. Obviously, I'm prepared to be wrong, but that's just how it strikes me.
Penacony's dream master.
That's just another reason
That's just something else.
you can't stay. Whether you believe it or not.
At least at current, Sunday is the representation of everything wrong with the harmony.
We are one.
Oh, okay. Hey, Legion.
Is this the unity that the family espouses?
My mortal shell has long since dissipated. The Oak family's 100
But what's they could be beyond just the problem of harmony? What to see?
offspring are now my eyes, ears, and mouths, spreading joy across dreams when required. And in times of
To be fair, we've known for a while that the original Watchmaker has likely been dead for a while.
in my stead.
So him being a ghost that possesses people and possesses a group of people like this isn't
From
too
the
far.
sound of it, it seems like you're asking me to leave Penacony.
I am glad that you're an understanding one. Alas, I'm not asking.
If you think you can.
Ooh.
Are you threatening me?
I ended it with a period. It was a statement, not a threat.
Alright, Acheron.
Knowing who I am and still showing such malice. You're not the first, nor will you be the last. This scene played out many times before. And usually, when faced with my questions, most people retort, "Why can't I?" The result has invariably been that they can't.
Jesus, Acheron. That is a really long in the tooth way of just saying many people have tried to kill me, none of them have succeeded.
You are confident. But be reminded, the family is forgiving, but not weak. The cords of the harmony extend across
Yeah, family, I get all that and whatnot. I need to remind you, the slash.
When the blade is unsheathed for even a hair's breadth, you
That was done in like a fraction of a second. Imagine if she was actually focusing.
eternal centurion's wrath in all of your lifetime. 137 individuals. That is how many heathens I have exiled since I became Dream Master. Among them were those who once severed my wings, and those who immolated my body. And here I stand again, about to add another mark to the tally.
And you will die. I mean, all of you will. But that won't come to pass. I'll do as you ask. I'll leave.
A wise choice.
I wasn't aware there was a choice.
Firefly sounds like it. I mean, I wouldn't think too hard on that one.
Is the only option.
It doesn't. It sounds like just a kid voice, if I'm honest. It doesn't sound like Firefly enough.
You and Penacony are of different worlds. Those born on the far bank cannot
Everybody
see
ties
the
to his arm.
stars across the river. Leave and never return. The radiance of the planet of festivities is overwhelmingly bright, luring in tricksters.
I always find it funny, like, how much people think they can get one over Acheron. It's like, hey, you do know what happened to our home planet, right?
Will never welcome the self-annihilator of nihility.
Yeah, she is the self-annihilator. She slashed it, the entire planet. She slashed it in half to stop the calamity spreading. She cut a whole planet in half. Oh yeah, I stand a chance against that. You fucking idiot! No, you don't.
Even more
She could destroy Penacony in a single slash. So
heralds the destruction of everything. Your strength is obviously a gift of the sleeping and shapeless, immeasurable and fathomless.
she couldn't save her planet, so to save other planets, she destroyed it. She cut it in half in a single stroke.
Death and sin to all. Acheron, a befitting name.
Take it from someone on the other side of your so-called river. You know better than I do that Penacony has already deviated from the harmony. Whatever your intentions may be, I foresee only one outcome. Its future holds nothing but nihility. Just like all the worlds that have drowned in their shadow.
Ryex. Switching to Robin's POV? Question mark? What do you mean? At the same time in the golden hour. Oh, with a question mark, I bet it's not Robin, I bet it's fucking Sparkle.
Was due to a technical malfunction at Clock Studios theme park. The family has promptly responded to secure the area, and we're happy to report that there have been no injuries.
Oh, I swear that was no movie shoot. So many chips fell from the sky, and I even caught one of them. But it vanished in an instant before my very eyes.
Oh, Robin's new song, I can hear it in the background. Uh-oh.
Excuse me. Are you talking about the Clock Studios theme park incident?
Yeah, what about it? Oh, Miss Robin, am I seeing things right?
No need to worry. I apologize for any inconvenience caused to your delightful dream journey. What you just mentioned about the chips really piqued my interest. Would you mind providing more details about the incident?
Which also, reminder, yes, there is a full real-life album that was released of Robin, or Robin's singer-actress, Chevy, singing various songs about Robin's life and whatnot. Like, there is an actual full album release.
Oh.
I think it comes out on the 10th, like 9th or the 10th.
The green ones? They fell from the sky as if it were raining.
And then those chips simply disappeared. It appears to be the dream sim tech the Iris family has been developing.
Huh? Miss Robin, you mean those chips?
Well, I mean, those chips were like the coin chips, like the gambling chips that you see in like in Las Vegas. Those kind of chips that Aventurine rained on everyone to bait the Annihilator.
Shh. This technology hasn't been made public yet. It was originally planned to debut at the Charmony Festival, but it seems it's been leaked. Can you help me keep this secret? The raining chips were supposed to be part of my act.
God, Mountain. Yeah, Robin, no!
Oh, I see. Then it all makes sense now. I'll do anything to help make the Charmony Festival a success.
Thank you. As appreciation,
She
I'd
fucking.
like to give you a
That's the
token
self-destruction button that Sparkle made. This isn't Robin.
Oh, this button is...
Press it at just the right moment in the celebration. And there could be an
That's the that you press that button, it blows up.
for you.
Sparkle, you little terrorists. Hey kid, here's this. Press this button when the festival starts. What? Don't worry about it.
So many people talking about it. This commotion at the theme park definitely made waves.
Yeah, Robin, question mark. Oh, she's so cute. That's her attack. She sends the birdie. Aw. Oh, she has her signature on her phone. Of course she does. I need to rearrange my team because I have... I was not expecting her to be like this, so... Oh, the game's not going to be happy with me taking her off the party, huh? Okay. There we go. What she's got there. Yeah, and her support. Microphone, and she gets this little stage that follows her around. Any enemy that's in this stage won't attack Robin, but they will follow her. So you can lure enemies around because they will just follow her, but they won't attack her. Also, she's not even, like, hiding her identity. Like, Robin is, like, the celebrity of Penacony, right? Like, she's the one that's, like, on every, like, other billboard. Like, you can literally hear her song playing over the radios in the background. Girl, you've just got your halo, your bright colors, your, like, performance costume on full display. Girl, put a jacket on at least. Try to do something to hide your identity a little bit.
The family promised they would protect the guests within the dreamscape. But I witnessed a group of
I do too. I think that'd be great.
Making their way to the theme park, and soon after, a rip tore through the sky, and black rain started leaking out of the void. The family needs to provide a reasonable explanation.
I am curious. I mentioned it at the end of 2.1. I am curious if we are ever going to see Aventurine again. Because I said Aventurine isn't dead. His soul is dormant.
If it's not, then there's no point.
He can come back. He's not dead.
It
So it's like, I'm kind of curious if he will. And I kind of hope he does, because a lot 2.1 really, like, changed my opinion on him a lot, which tends to be a trait with Hoyoverse's writing. They're very good at making characters that you don't like at first, and then making you fall in love with them.
However, their target is not...
All they have to do is just explain why they're the way they are, and and then you get all sad and you care about them.
Certainly ensure that the safety of the guests is of the highest importance.
Miss Robin, I know the Bloodhound family has already sealed off the theme park and has control over the situation, but it won't resolve the problem. The family can try their best to protect their reputation, but as a guest, I don't wish to gamble with my life.
But as you can see, sir, no innocent bystanders were affected in this incident. Perhaps the dreamscape is not as perfect as promised, but there's no place safer than dreams under the family's rule. I believe you know this better than I do. If this incident happened in real life, how many people would be able to walk away from it?
I could stay here, but keep in mind, guests come to Penacony to enjoy the dreamscapes. They do not wish to be entangled.
And also, if we're finishing, if this update is going to be what wraps up Penacony's story, we might find out what planet we're going to next at the end of this. Because at the end of the Sunshow Lawfu, they bring up Penacony, like back in like the 1 Point series. So they might bring up, next stop, blah blah blah, and then we have an idea of where like 3.0 is going to be heading to.
With the Charmony Festival about to commence,
Fucking...
we will spare no effort in our preparations. Rest assured. To express our apologies, the family has arranged this gift for the guests. Thank you for understanding.
She's giving everyone bombs.
You've had quite a bit to drink. Are you sure you're okay?
You go, dude. Keep your dancing away.
Doesn't matter how much you drink.
I feel really high right now. How'd it go, dude? That'd be Duke. If we're going to go to Duke Inferno's homeworld, I at least in my opinion, I don't think it'll be next. I think it'll be a little while. I think that's something they'll save till later.
Hello.
Because I think they're gonna have one, like sort of like how they handle the harbingers in Genshin. They'll have like one of Duke's children per planet. Like Consonance is in the background of this one. There's 4 of them, so we might get the second one the next planet, the third one the one after that, fourth one the one after that, you know? And then after that we introduce Duke properly and introduce all that stuff, so it could be a while. On your memory slide 4, fair enough.
Nothing to be worried about. There's been a small rehearsal mishap at Clock Studios theme park. Please stay calm.
It's just so cool. If I'm being honest with you, I think the Sarisa will become playable in Genshin before Duke becomes playable in Star Rail. At current, at least. I might be wrong. So there might be other things that we don't know, and they could just drop him on us, like, at random. But like, at least in my opinion, I kind of don't think that's what it's going to be.
Family, and I'm still not too used to working on the streets. I didn't realize it was
Like, that's how it feels like they're setting him up.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to, like, keep your expectations in check so you don't disappoint yourself.
Don't sweat it. You guys have a tough job. I know how it is. How's the situation looking?
Oh, we've sealed off the theme park. Most guests are used to bizarre phenomena in the dreamscape, and so far, no threats have been detected. We can expect order to be restored soon.
Rest assured, Miss Robin.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Both of the regions, like the main regions we have left of Genshin, both of them I'm super excited for different reasons.
I trust you guys.
Like Natlan, it's like Capitano might be there. Well, we know Capitano is there. Columbina might be there. Dottore might be there. The whole thing with the red sands and the volcanoes and the war of the war between the nation itself and like the different tribes and whatnot. I'm like, oh, that could be so cool. I can't wait. But then after that, it's fucking Snezhnaya, and it's like, hell yeah, I want to see where this goes with the Harbingers. I want to go to the palace Senora was buried in. I want to go to the village that Child's family grew up in. I want to go explore like the snowstorm. I want to see the Aurora Borealis during the night. That's supposed to be in that region every night, you know? It's not about having low expectations, it's about having it in check. It's about like knowing that if it's a big villain they're hyping up, they're not going to suddenly drop it on you tomorrow. They're going to hype him up. They're going to build on him and build on him and build on him to make it an explosive end. Like when Arlecchino was announced nearly 2 years ago, I was like, man, I can't wait for her. Not in the slightest second did I think she was going to come soon, as much as I wanted her to. I was like, no, she's cool. They're gonna cook with her for a while, and lo and behold, they did. Snezhnaya's in the sky. Unfortunately, we already know that's not true, because Child's youngest brother visited via boat. He came to Liyue via boat and was sent back via boat, and it was just a standard wooden ship. And we know that the nation is to the north. I don't know if it's northwest or just north, but I want to say northwest of Fontaine. The only kingdoms that aren't that might not directly be on the planet is Celestia, because we can see it in the sky, and Khaenri'ah, because we genuinely don't know how we're even going to access Khaenri'ah. Because I imagine we are going to. Get the Jade Chamber? Yeah, I suppose. The Jade Chamber is also a shit ton of magic. I wouldn't be surprised if there are places within Snezhnaya, because Snezhnaya, through the lore, we know is the most technologically advanced, next to Fontaine. So it's it's not impossible. If they're the most technologically advanced, it's not impossible for them to have flying pieces, but the general land at Murs is supposed to be just a big, snowy hellscape. We also know that there's a fishing village, and fishing village doesn't exactly strike me as floating island, you know? We know there's a fishing village because that's the village that Child's family grew up in. I'm also super curious if the Sarisa is going to look like Bronya. That's been a very common theory for a while, that Sarisa is going to be a Bronya XP, in the same way that Raiden Shogun is a Raiden Mei XP. encounter One Piece. I mean, if I want to go down the counter route, I could just say Grand Blue, because Grand Blue is nothing but floating islands. And there's literally a fishing minigame in Grand Blue Relink, so...
Well...
Actually, I was there shortly
But
after
yeah, my point is that we know Snezhnaya is not a floating
true
kingdom.
that the IPC's ambassadors came with ill intent? And that
If you want a floating
galaxy
kingdom, you got to wait for
easily
Celestia,
cut through
assuming
the
Celestia
sky.
becomes available to explore one day. Which I hope it does.
Miss Robin,
Even if it's just a dungeon, I'd still be nice to actually
Everyone's
walk
been
across
talking
Celestia.
about
To have it like,
myriad
linger
factions on
over the
Penacony
entire
have
game,
already
all
been
game
causing
long, and then
unease
not let us go in. You know? Like, that would be such a, like, bullshit move. It's like, no. You're gonna have it, like, hovering over us in the distance all game long. And you're going to make it bigger every major update, which they do. In 2.0, it's ever so slightly bigger and more detailed. 3.0, it's ever so slightly bigger and more detailed. 4.0, ever so slightly bigger and more detailed. Celestia is literally coming towards the planet every major update. Like, Jenny, if you look at like screenshots or like or just gameplay of Genshin back in 1.0, and then you like look up at Celestia now in like the 4-point updates, you're like, oh wow, that is actually significantly bigger and more detailed. Like you can see like pieces of it. It's not just a black dot in the sky. Like it used to be. Like it used to be like a black dot that you could vaguely kind of make out like a shape of it. But now you can kind of make out details. You can see an archway. You can see a temple-esque place on it. You can see like a golden like light on one of the things. Like you can like Celestia is getting closer to that. And it's just like, yeah, come on, that's got to be like the final, like one of the final locations in the game. Because the last two locations is like we've talked about it before. It's either going to be the Abyss or it's going to be Celestia, and it could go either way because both of them are super significant to the story. The three areas post Snezhnaya are Khaenri'ah, the Abyss, and Celestia. And I think Khaenri'ah will go to first, in my opinion.
Thank you all for your loyalty towards the family. The planet of festivities has indeed run into some trouble. The representative from the IPC, he's trying to regain ownership of Penacony and is prepared for a hostile
And I don't doubt it, if I'm honest. I am slightly more curious about where Arlecchino will fit into this now that we know that the Crimson Moon, or the Bale Moon, is the exact same moon that has been present countless times across the journey. It's like, oh, so Arlecchino has direct ties to a blood moon, essentially, that's been observing the Traveler throughout the entire game. What's that about? You know? It's like, how far? Like, we theorized for a while that Arlecchino might not be the final boss, but she is going to be nearer to the end of the game, sort of thing. But what does the moon have to do with it? What does the Bale Moon have to do with the Traveler? And why is the moon, like, actively watching the Traveler, essentially? Because there's been, I think, like, someone worked it out, there's been 8 instances across the entirety of Genshin where the Bale Moon has been in sight, and it's only been in situations where the Traveler is there. It never appears unless someone else is there. Unless the Traveler herself, him or herself is there.
Of course the family did not agree. The result of the failed negotiations is as you see it now.
Yeah, just give us a mandatory quest that, like an Archon quest that ends in the Traveler getting another sword, full stop. Because I am so tired of every single time it goes into a cutscene, the Traveler whips out the dull blade, and I'm like, fucking come on, this is why you're losing.
No wonder. So this is the main reason why the IPC staff are banned from entering the Dreamscape.
Give us, like, a Traveler, like, focused, like, main weapon.
Don't worry. Mr. Sunday is currently tracking.
I don't care if it's still technically like a 1 or 2 star weapon afterwards, just something that's more aesthetically pleasing than just a basic bitch sword every single time.
Therefore, we are relying on you hounds to maintain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is I don't want us to like go against the unknown god at the very end of the game, or go against Skirk, or go against Paimon, or go against Daneslith, or whoever ends up being the final boss, and we just whip out the fucking dull blade. Like, come on. Like, that is so not cool.
Please be assured, Miss
like,
Robin,
there's a reason why aesthetic matters, and it's because your weapon. If in Final Fantasy 16, I just showed up to Ultima with a steel, with a steel stick, it wouldn't have been cool at all. No, I came with his weapon that had like this purple chaos energy and was on fire, and it's like it looked sick. It's like, this is a boss you fight the final. This is a weapon you fight the final boss with. You know, not not something you get from the training hall. Beta Skyward Blade, in my opinion, fits perfectly. You know, I actually agree. I think it would fit.
Thank you for your hard work. If there are any other members who
To be honest, when like Genshin was in its early days,
please tell them on my
I
behalf.
kind of hoped, but I don't think I think it's way too late for them to do that. I kind of hoped instead of it just being elements that changed, it's kind of what Star Rail's doing with actually the Trailblazer. Your weapon changed as well. So like, say when like Natlan comes out and you get the Pyro Traveler would have like a greatsword, or like Hydro Traveler would have a bow. So like the Traveler would have different weapons, sort of thing, and it could be a thing of them like becoming like a jack of all trades, master of none sort of situation, on every sense, and not just they always use the short sword and have the exact same attack combo, but they just get a different R2 and a different triangle. Cursed blade named Umbra. But Star Rail is kind of doing that instead, because you don't only change the element, you also change weapon. But in Star Rail, it doesn't really matter what weapon you have, because it's just a turn-based RPG, it's just an animation.
This is a small gift prepared by the
Anyway, we kind of figure, I know I'm like waffling, but I also haven't streamed in a few days. And I kind of like, I won't talk about it too much, just because it's not like a matter of like being uncomfortable about it or anything like that, because, you know, I've had people in my life die countless times, unfortunately, but, it's also like nice to just kind of chat and kind of waffle on, because, you know, I've had a lot of stuff on my mind. For those who don't know, I lost my uncle yesterday at about 7 AM my time, so it's still kind of raw in that sense. So just kind of like being able to stream and kind of take my mind off of it and just kind of chat shit and kind of talk about my theories and things like that about all my Hoyoverse games, because if we're being real, as much as I like to pretend not, Hoyoverse kind of owns a chunk of my life. Like, they have like full ownership over a chunk of my life. I can't help it, but it's just kind of nice to kind of waffle on. So for anyone who's hoping I get the whole story done today, I'm going to disappoint you now. I almost definitely won't, just because I'll keep talking. I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm also not going to rush it. I'm just going to keep on waffling on and talk about the things I want to talk about, because it has been pretty exciting. And what's also pretty exciting, whilst we're on that thought, is we're not too far off Zenless. It's Leak's release date. I say leaks. Leak is like the too strong a word. It's release date on the Apple Store that they haven't officially said yet, but for some reason it's just their broadest daylight on the Apple Play Store. Is in like the start of July. You know, so it's like we're about to have another Hoyoverse game, and in fact, like when it's releasing is the perfect timing, because when it releases, the next update for Genshin at that point will be 4.8, aka the holiday update. And the next update for Star Rail, I think like someone worked out it was 2.4. And keep in mind 2.3, the next update will likely just be epilogue shit. Like the main story will finish in this update, the next patch will just be epilogue shit, like wrapping up some loose ends. So they literally won't be in a main story quest during it. So both of their other games will be on the, like, what can only be described as like the down period, where like they're just kind of calming it down and just kind of waiting like for other stuff to do it. So Zenless coming out then, so people who, let's be honest, get bored easily, have something to sink their teeth into with new story content and whatnot, because I imagine Zenless will be the same as Star Rail and Genshin, where it will launch with one full story arc and one mostly finished story arc. Because Genshin launched with all of Mondstadt and 2/3 of Liyue, and Star Rail launched with all of Yurilo 6 and 2/3 of the Sunsho Lawfu. Like, I imagine it'll be the same in Zenless. Like, it gives people just time to sink their teeth into. And then by the time they're done, and like 1.1 comes out for Zenless, and like 1.1 starts to do like the first quality of life and be the first patch to kind of start to get a feel for how the game's future's going to go, 5.0 is literally right there for Genshin. You know, like when 1.1 drops, we'll be 2 weeks off 5.0 Genshin. We'll be 2 weeks off Natlan. So like by the time like Zenless kind of gets its comfort zone and kind of dials it back a bit, now they have their kind of vibe, Genshin walks in. And then by the time Genshin's done in 5.2, we'll probably only be like 2 or so patches off of Honkai 3.0. And then after that, we'll only be after that finishes, we'll probably only be a patch or 2 of Zenless 2.0. Like, the Hoyoverse have built a loop here, to be honest, where like there's almost always going to be a major plot line going on in one of their games. because how they've paced them. Like when one finishes, like when this game finishes its story, Zenless is going to come around. When Zenless finishes its story, 5.0 is coming around. When Genshin finishes its story, Honkai will come around. You know what I mean? Like, there will be gaps. There'll probably still be like a good 2 or 3 months between these stories, like ending and beginning, or once they get their rhythm. But still, like, they've got a good routine here of there's always something new to look forward to.
I didn't expect to meet a fan here. I'm honored.
Even more so if you're a Honkai Impact 3rd fan and still play that game, but now Part 2's out. Now you genuinely have content all the time.
I can't believe I'm actually meeting the real Robin.
Because Impact 3rd like is getting more into Part 2 now and kind of expanding on its characters and whatnot. I love Thelema. For anyone who plays anyone who doesn't play Honkai Impact 3rd and like has no interest in it because it's the only one that's not on console and it's also like a lot older, which well, I get it. Look up Thelema. I love Thelema. You would guess because you're not. Yeah, exactly. This isn't Robin. This is absolutely Sparkle. If it is Robin, I'd be very surprised because then what the hell is Robin doing? Why is she giving out these bombs?
And offer my apologies to everyone.
But, are you sure it was actually a mishap? Everyone saw those chips descending like rain and the red light tearing through the sky. Claiming it was merely special effects seems a bit far-fetched. Plus, I met that generous gentleman. He looked really out of it and kept talking to himself. Is this also part of the performance?
Oh, you mean where Venturine was like crumbling apart?
Everyone, please do not panic. I believe that the family will give everyone a satisfactory answer in due time.
Even if you say so, Miss Robin, it's hard to believe.
Some people just never listen, do they? It's never ending. It just goes on and on. I'm getting really tired of this.
Miss Robin?
Still, I suppose I should keep on helping everyone. I am the epitome of joy, kindness, and goodness, after all.
Huh? What was I just doing? And, who might you be, miss?
What did you just do to him?
Here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Sparkle just do to him?
This gift has been specially prepared for you.
What did Sparky just do to him? What she just like she just like Men in Black's like brain flashed him.
Make sure to take good care of it until the opening of the Charmony Festival. Then, when the show reaches its climax, press the button together with the others around you. You never know. Something very exciting might happen.
Hey, back to Trailblazer. In the meanwhile...
We're back to where it all began.
Oh...
You entered the golden hour from this place. And it is also from here where you will enter the true Penacony.
The land of the exiles.
It is a pleasure to journey alongside you once more. But it's time I laid bare the entire truth before you. As you might have heard, I also go by another name.
Carmen Rider. I mean, Teleron Hunter.
Sam.
Are you alright? You lied to me. Are you Firefly Soul? Are you alright?
I'm fine. Sorry, I hope I haven't scared you. I know you have many questions. Do you remember when we encountered death in that strange dreamscape? When I was caught by that meme, in that instant before it killed me? I saw the reflection of another dreamscape in its ghastly pupils. So, following the clues in the script, I came up with some theories about the meme. That's why I instructed Silverwolf to issue invitations.
Yeah, because the Death Snake thing is called the Memory Zone meme.
To the Dreams Hotel. I intended to call upon death before you arrived. To solve the riddle using more direct means. And then invite you to join. However, contrary to my wishes...
Oh, so the reason why it targeted Firefly is because she was the one that invited it in.
And I didn't get a chance to explain it to you.
So he probably saw it as a challenge.
It is how you see now. I was impaled by the bladed wings of death. The heavy pressure of concentrated memoria miasma exploded in my mind as if it was actually reality. But after the momentary numbness subsided, I found that my body was absolutely unscathed. I was still alive. And it was just as I thought. I had arrived at a place starkly different from this beautiful dream. Beneath the dreamscape of Penacony lies another, more chaotic, more primal memory zone.
Oh, right. So we're back to this.
Land of the Exiles.
Because remember, Penacony was originally built on top of a prison. This memory zone meme is from that prison.
And so, then I returned to the hotel in the dreamscape, hoping to tell you of its existence.
Yeah, that was something I think I want to say I mentioned at the time. It never came across that Sam was actively trying to attack us at the end of 2.0.
Divert your party's attention.
Like it looked like Sam was trying to get to us, not attack us.
And after all my attempts proved futile, it wasn't until not long ago when a crimson blade of light shattered the high wall.
Alright, I get it.
Causing you all to fall far into the abyssal
We need to
depths
remaster
of the
Metal Gear
dreamscape.
Rising. I'm amazed. I mean, I'm not amazed because it's Konami, but I'm amazed they
Your
haven't.
companions one by one. And that's it.
I
That
think
is
we'll
all
get
that's
it
happened
eventually.
so far.
I completely understand. I'm completely confused. I understand.
I know it's tough to believe all this without reservations.
How can you blame me? I think it will happen eventually. The whole fact that, you know, the Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 remastered, or the Master Collection are called Volume 1, instantly makes me suspect there will be a Volume 2. You know, just a hunch. And I imagine Volume 2 will be MGS4 and Peace Walker at least. Because Peace Walker, they can reuse the HD collection version, which is probably what they'll go for. And MGS4, because Jesus Christ, stop letting that game be locked onto the PS3 for all eternity. Let it escape. I am begging you. But then that's only 2, and there could be 3 games in the slot. And there's a 3rd game in the slot. Fucking just chuck in Rising. Oh yeah, I know their priority is the remake of MGS3, Delta. But at the same time, the classic collections, if calling the Master Collection Volume 1, naturally implies at some point there's going to be a Volume 2. So it might not be next, but I think it will happen eventually. In the same vein that like Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 remastered, I genuinely think there's going to be a Tomb Raider 4, 5, 6 remastered. Especially because the game did super well, sale-wise. People loved it. I genuinely think a 4, 5, 6 is coming. Like, I have my hunches. At least it's free. Yeah, but unfortunately, I understand with Konami, if they're going to pick one game to try and get people's interest back in Metal Gear Solid, they're going to remake the best one. They're going to be like, hey, do you want the best one, but now in like 4K HD? You know? I personally would rather if they did a remake of MGS1, but not fucking Twin Snakes. Not Twin Snakes, like a genuine, like full, like note-for-note remake of MGS1. Which they probably will, which is probably why they called the MGS3 remake Delta, because they're probably going to call MGS1 remake Alpha. Like, I think they're going to call it Alpha, Beta, Delta, and then MGS4, if they ever decide to remake that, they'll call it Omega. Which I kind of hope they don't, because MGS4 is the one I think least needs a remake, because, you know, it still looks really fucking good to this day. Like, it doesn't need, like, a graphical overhaul.
Now, let's leave this place. Please.
Speaking of Metal Gear, I'm undecided, but I might stream a Metal Gear Solid game at some point. I kind of been in the mood.
Deep breath. And visualize the dreamscape's outline in your heart. And remember,
Damn it, wait, like, Firefly, I appreciate you explained all of this to me and whatnot, But this isn't realistic at all. You know why? And before you say it's a fantasy game, no, you know why it's not realistic? These two genuinely had a bond. Regardless of like shipping and whatnot, these two, like the Trailblazer and Firefly, genuinely developed a bond throughout 2.0, and the Trailblazers believed them to be dead. Why is the Trailblazer just standing there listening to this story and not trying to like talk to her or hug her or anything? You know, if you had a friend that you thought was dead and suddenly they're alive, I would be in pieces. I would be like on my knees, like Kiryu at the end of Gaiden level, bawling my eyes out. Do you know, like I would be a mess.
3, 2, 1. Don't be afraid. The one who has come to greet us has arrived.
Goes in a selfie. Dude, finding out that you can refuse the selfie on the rooftop in 2.0 and it just doesn't happen, and then you don't get the picture in the puddle after like Firefly is killed. I was just like, you animals! Why would you not take the photo? After a piercing screech, a thick and ferocious surge of memoria crashes into your chest. Churning and ravaging, your consciousness becomes like scrapes of paper caught in a whirlpool, breaking apart, dissolving and dispersing within the turbulent, muddy current. Innumerable voices resonated through the symphony of memoria like roaring thunder, and among them, one echo stood out with exceptional clarity. You knew it came from the girl beside you, your hearts beating in the same rhythm, peaceful and even more peaceful. Aww. Until in that quiet darkness, memories rippled into existence. It was one over Firefly. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, just take a fucking photo. What harm's it gonna do?
I never knew you could do this.
Whoa. Also, Blade, you're immortal. Why are you wearing a seatbelt? Why the fuck do you care? Whoa. We're gonna get more backstory. Jesus, the cracks on Firefly's face. Look, can you see, like, the veins?
Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
You do? What? Did you get it before or after you became immortal? Can you imagine being a driving instructor? It's like, okay, today we're going to learn to accelerate. And Blade turns around and just goes, accelerate. Yes, there's that pedal there. Lightly press your toe on it. Toe. Like this. Oh, the vehicle is moving forward. No, I get more Blade being Stellaron Hunter dad than Ship. Because this isn't the first time you've seen him drive someone around. He's driven Kafka around as well. He's just like he's the family dad who just drives everyone to places. But this isn't the first time you've seen him drive, but at the same time, this is also like the first time I've seen him driving like currently with like the seatbelt and like like it just looks kind of weird to see that this immortal deity with a lot of ancient Chinese subtext around his character and his origin and his lore, just casually in a suit driving a car.
That is...
Well, I'm with Firefly on this. Like, I'm like, oh, okay.
Why? Because this is Japella, the city of sins.
Oh, they're in Japella. Oh, they're talking about Japella. Interesting.
No, it's not.
Japella is one of the planets we might go to later because it was mentioned in one of Kafka's trailers. The Japella, I think it's called the Japella Rebellion, where she, like all the judges on Japella are essentially animals with humanoid souls that are chained down. And the chains stop them from wreaking havoc across the entire planet while still judging sinners. Kafka broke the chains on all of them. And so the Japella Rebellion began, which is an intergalactic war crime, because it's creatures that are designed and whatnot to protect the planet, but if unlocked will destroy the planet. She basically unlocked 6 Godzillas and said, yeah, go have fun. Oh yeah, there are a few background details. I'd say as a whole, like, Star Rail has done a pretty good job at being its own thing.
I'm just thinking that you haven't slept in 20 systems.
There are a couple things. I think the only time where it genuinely felt like you were left behind was when they started talking about Acheron's backstory. If you don't know fucking Honkai Impact 3rd, you have no idea what Acheron's talking about. I mean, so Geppello isn't tied to previous Honkai games. Geppello is tied to a trailer. Oh, when we first heard of Geppello, I mean, it was brought up in a trailer, and we learned its lore from there.
I'm fine. I'll survive. Same goes for you.
It's weird hearing Blade in a more relaxed tone as well. Like, usually, like, he's like, Imbibe de Lune. You know? I wish I didn't watch either. Nah, that's fair enough. But now here he's just like, alright kid, time to go to school. Like he has a more relaxed tone because he's not, you know, about to go kill someone.
I'm not so sure about that. Slow down a bit.
Infiltration is over.
Oh no, a fly just broke into my room. I can hear it buzzing. No, get out of here. Oh, where are you? I can hear it clear as day. Like, that's a super loud fly. I hope it's a fly. I can't see it. I hope it's a fly and not like a bumbling bee, because it is that time in spring where they're going to start waking up. If we've had a few warm days. Hang on, give me 1 second. I've got to try and see if I can help this fly or bee or whatever it is out, and pray to God it's not like a hornet. You'll know if it's a hornet because you'll hear me screaming. It was a fucking wasp! It wasn't a hornet, but it was a wasp! I have no idea how the fuck it got in. I've had to close my window. My window was so barely ajar open, and the wasp was bigger than the gap. How'd that fucker get in?
There's still some time before the next part of the script unfolds. Let me stay a little longer in this body.
A long silence ensued. Neither of them brought up any topic, seemingly accustomed to this silence. It wasn't until much later that a soft sigh once again broke the quiet in the car.
Such a long tunnel. Didn't feel this long when I set off.
Also, I want to see these characters in suits more often. We know that March's alternate costume that we saw in the Eurilo 6 event is at some point going to become available to like wear on the character at all times. But early leaks are suggesting that Kafka is going to get an alternate costume soon as well, which is like, oh really? Okay.
In half a system hour, it will lead us to Kafka. And then comes the downfall.
Oh, this directly leads into that trailer. Because at the end of that trailer with Kafka, Sam, it was the first time we really got to see Sam. Sam shows up and tells Kafka off for playing with her food because she was fucking around with the chained animal people before everything kicked off. Like, she was messing with them and fucking around constantly. So this was them on their way to go pick her up. But that also means the fact that Firefly was back as Sam at that point means she'd already made the transformation. Because we learned in 2.0 that Firefly has, to some extent, severe health conditions and health issues, which is why she enjoyed spending time in the dreamscape, because in the dreamscape she could forget about it. She could just be more normal. She didn't have to worry about her health.
It's in your script too.
Sorry. I didn't notice.
Their destiny won't change just because of your selective ignorance. I told you before, it's a bad habit.
What about you then? Is this the moment you finally find the death you've been looking for?
As always, it's a blank slate. It's not on this planet. Why the sudden inquiry?
Because I'm currently in a car with a sleep-deprived driver. I just
You know what, Firefly? Fair. She's like, look, it's because you haven't slept in 20 hours. And I'm in the passenger seat of this car, and we're driving down a long tunnel. Forgive me if I'm just slightly concerned for my well-being. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough, Firefly.
This car has full self-driving capabilities. I'll just put my hand on the steering wheel. Will that do?
Hey, don't take everything so seriously. Elio would always say there's only one type of destiny.
But you can hear it in her voice in the real world. There's a constant tiredness as she talks, compared to how she talks in the dreamscape. Because she's probably been fighting whatever this health condition is for a while. So it's probably worn on her. Which is probably... I wouldn't be surprised if it's why she built Sam. Imagine having like a robot more powerful than gods. Yeah, if you've got a health condition, you're gonna like vibe in that robot like every chance you get.
But before that moment arrives, we can still choose what we do.
And I have to say it once, god damn it, she's so pretty.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history.
Oh my god!
Will take its place. In the not-too-distant future, you'll receive an invitation.
The ruins of this planet... after the Japello rebellion, when like Kafka breaks it, becomes where Duke Inferno built his fucking mansion. And they knew it, and like Blade and like the script and whatnot, they knew it was gonna be this way before it happened. That's crazy. The ruins of Japello was where Duke built his fucking mansion. But yeah, this is explained. It's like, and then from that mansion, that will trigger Penacony taking an interest and sending an invitation to them.
That's your next stop.
And that will be how Firefly then goes to Penacony.
Land of the dreams. Penacony.
I hope you find whatever you seek there. Be it answers or salvation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
safe and sound.
Hey, well, this is my girlfriend. Voice just now.
Close your eyes. This is the answer. Isn't it incredible? The monster that we have always known as
Oh,
Death
are we in the real Penacony right now?
is
Well, how'd you
actually
get
the
here?
Guardian of the land of the exiles.
Because I'm Welt Yang. Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Abducting people from their dreams and bringing them here.
The question that has been perplexing us, does death really exist in the dreamscape, appears to be a cognitive trap. It was laid by
how did
those
you figure all
orchestrating
this out?
events from the shadows to cover up the truth behind the disappearances and the existence of this fortress known as Dreamflux Reef. Every emergence of that meme is related to the Watchmaker.
Interesting.
Since Dreamflux Reef is where it brings its captives, it's likely that many of our long-standing questions will be answered in this place.
The atmosphere here is starkly different from the beautiful
Well,
dream.
demonstrating his barrow level again. I mean,
There are
this
no
is less...
regulators here like the family.
I mean, how he got down here is a mystery,
all look like
but
they're
him
mildly
learning it, I think it's just like, yeah, he's been there, done that too many times. He's too smart of a man to let something like this escape him for forever.
But from the whispers of the residents, they've heard a familiar name.
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Yeah, the one manipulating the snake.
It's that man again. Always in the right place at the right time. Though that does save us the trouble of looking for him. Himiko and March have already made a move. Get ready. We're about to set off.
Okay, so everyone's down here,
The
huh?
real dreamscape. The land of the exiles. Before we go, should we speak to everyone first?
The Dreamflux Reef. Oh, the map says it's a town. The map's got the town symbol on it, so that means we're not actually in danger. At least right now, we're not actually in danger. But that might not necessarily mean it is a... it might not necessarily mean that it's a town. It might just be that there's no enemies. As you know, this place is unlike the fake and capitalistic territory of the family. In this city crafted from the primordial dreamscape, there is no restraints from the strict laws and no pursuits from the bloodhounds. It welcomes all visitors, offering boundless freedom. However, with the vast breadth of the dreamscape, what other recommended attractions are there beyond major landmarks? Our editorial team has curated this guide exclusively for you, and we hope you thoroughly enjoy your time here. Bolt Grand Hotel. Located in the heart of the commercial district and at the perfect height, the Bolt Grand Hotel offers a prime location that allows guests to admire the impressive skyline above and bustling streets below. The hotel's observation deck at the billboard on top of the building was ranked as a vital spot for all the local couples must hit. The hotel is currently closed for temporary maintenance due to memorial instability. The watchmaker has acquired this hotel, and a special exhibition featuring the beloved clocky is now open to the public on the first floor lobby. The watchmaker has implemented a new policy providing free accommodation for 1 year to individuals who have been ostracized here by the family and are willing to contribute to maintaining community order, ensuring that no one is left homeless. Due to a significant decrease in residents at the Dreamflux Reef and the departure of the watchmaker, the hotel is now closed after facing several severe challenges in sustaining its operations. We sincerely appreciate your support throughout the years. Carter's Bakery. Don't underestimate the unassuming appearance of one small piece of bread. Master Baker Carter's craftsmanship even won over a bread hater named Gallagher. What the fuck? To make the delicious bread in the dreamscape, the secret ingredients are the chef's joy, affection from the guests, and a touch of familial warmth. If this is your first visit, make sure to arrive early as the queue can become a truly nightmarish experience. The bakery is currently celebrating its 30th anniversary and is offering a special supreme yummy bread to everyone. Due to significant decrease in residents, Carter's Bakery has faced challenges. Thankfully, with the financial backing of the watchmaker, Carter's daughter has taken the helm, ensuring that the flavors remain as exceptional as ever. The bakery is currently semi-permanently closed. Is any places here open? Memorial Singularity. The spatial distorted area belonging to Dreamscapes will allow you to observe rare memorial wonders firsthand. If you're an ignorant being, you would not want to miss the stunning amazement. And if you're organic, or inorganic, not ignorant, if you are organic, then you're also surely won over by the awe-inspiring spectacle. Its untouched and pure nature will unveil the true essence of the dream. You will find a variety of restaurants near the edge of the Singularity. Tasty food is the best condiment to breathtaking scenery. You will find a restaurant near the Singularity. Don't forget to satisfy your hunger while indulging in the breathtaking scenery. You will find a restaurant near the Singularity. Please kindly note its opening hours. Crow Toy Mall has all the characters you love, be it Clocky, Bravo Hanu, or Origami Birds. Officially authorized by the watchmaker, this toy mall will awaken your inner child. There is also a Clocky-themed puzzle event, and customers who collect all the clues can redeem a ticket at the receptionist desk for the latest Clocky's Big Adventure series movie. Due to recent frequent turbulences in the dreamscape, the watchmaker has procured a large quantity of relief supplies for all affected residents. Please check up on the first floor to receive them. Clocky's Big Adventure Starshipville will be released soon, and the mall will host related themed activity related to the new movie. Due to certain reasons, the mall is now facing significant challenges in sustaining its operations and has decided to close down at the end of this month. All toys in the mall will be donated to neighboring communities. Please visit the distribution points to acquire the toys. We regret to inform you that this will be the final revision of this guide from our team due to financial pressure, declining subscription numbers, and various other challenges. However, we firmly believe that Dreamflux Reef will one day flourish even more than it ever did. And when that time comes, let us meet again through words. Oh, we got a half-eaten apple from popping that balloon. Cool. Small Town Grotesque is the quest name. Oh, what's that? Whose name is scribbled out? Like, whose face is scribbled out over there? Also, at the end of 2.1, I said that if I really like Acheron, I might replace Acheron with Zila. Don't get me wrong, I do like Acheron, I just prefer Zila, so I ended up keeping Zila instead. The biggest hardship will honestly be, if I end up enjoying Firefly's playstyle, is Firefly is fire destruction. I already have a destruction character. The name is Jingliu, and she is amazing. You know, like, I don't know if I'm ready to, like, do that. Anyway, let me talk to my wife.
I'm really sorry for waiting until now to tell you everything.
Why couldn't you reveal your true identity?
2 reasons. Firstly, the script.
Oh, she didn't. Elio told her that they would always, like, the Express would always fight Sam, and she didn't want to fight us.
Was inevitable.
So she didn't tell us because she tried to avoid it.
I tried to break.
But we ended up fighting Sam anyway because, you know, we had Acheron and Black Swan with us.
That aside.
And she ended up having like one of the sickest boss themes that isn't amazing, like a weekly boss in the game. That they played live at the festival concert. Oh, like, I haven't talked about the concert. The Star Rail anniversary concert was amazing. It was so fucking good. I say this as someone who like prefers Genshin slightly more. It blew the Genshin anniversary events out the water, but the concert was fucking amazing. Yeah, Nevermore is an amazing theme, but like the entire concert, like the live audience, like the way they interact with the audience with it, the way they had like March and Kafka come on stage at different points, like to like talk to the audience. They had Pom Pom like introduce the new planet when like the concert moved to the next planet. Like when they did all the music for Yurilo 6, Pom Pom would come on stage to introduce the Sunshow Lawfu before then they start playing the Sunshow music. All the songs, like hearing Wildfire, the fucking like the final boss of Yurilo 6 theme, that sick ass song, hearing that live was like a trip. I was losing my mind. And it was like the fact that the moment it played, the entire audience like screamed because everyone was like, "Oh shit, they're playing Wildfire!" Like the very second we heard the din 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 din, everyone went wild. It's all right. I don't take it personally. Yeah, she wants to she wants us to get to know Firefly.
Thank you.
Do the Stellaron Hunters also want a piece of the legacy?
Elio only gave me one instruction. Allow the Astral Express to pursue the Grand Legacy.
We still don't actually know exactly what the legacy is. My first hunch was that it would just be a Stellaron, but I feel like they've been lingering around what it is for too long that it might not be. It feels like every other instance there's been a Stellaron, they've brought it up by now.
Elio's scripts used to revolve and expand around certain
I mean, it probably still is a Stellaron, it's just to what extent.
But with your appearance, this condition has apparently ceased to be appropriate. Perhaps he also saw the impossible in the future.
So who's Sam?
Do you still remember that medical cabin I told you about? Well...
Oh, strategic assault mech. Okay, so the long-lasting theory was wrong.
To the Iron Cavalry of Glamoth's Firmament Frontline. A Firefly Type 4 Tactical Heavy Assault Mech.
Because the long-lasting belief was that it stood for Swarm Annihilation Machine. I mean, it might still, because this is her modified version, but still. We're going to say Iron Cavalry of the Glamomoth Firmament Frontline.
It is the cradle of my vitality.
Yeah, it's the cradle of my vitality. I think it's the reason she's still alive.
And for the longest time it was...
Oh, was she designated to suit at birth? When she says, and the meaning of my birth? Is that also why her name's Firefly? Because her name, because it's like an army of like war orphans, and all of them, because it's called the Firefly Mech Unit, all of them were just called Fireflies? Is that what we're going with here? Is that why you're called Firefly? Because every single kid that was raised to work these mechs were just part of the Firefly type, or the Firefly unit. Like, if I bring this up, she said it... Yeah, a Firefly Type 4 tactical assault, heavy assault mech.
The timescale of Dreamflux Reef differs from reality. so we mustn't lower our guard. You're sensitive to Memoria. A slight misstep, and you could get lost in this memory zone.
Hey, well...
Something on your mind? Let's talk about it.
Acheron's blade slash.
No wonder Miss Acheron is so averse to drawing her blade. It's hard to imagine such terrifying power could reside in an ordinary sheath. If it weren't for the fact that Aventurine's power originated from the preservation, the entire dreamscape would have been affected.
Yeah, because Aventurine preserved it.
Don't feel burdened by this. Even without that Stellaron inside you, Aventurine would still have found other methods to accomplish his goal. Let's just believe in Miss Acheron. And given her prowess, I don't think we've got anything to worry about.
What are your thoughts on Gallagher?
During your investigation, he shared a vital piece of information. Mikhail, the former watchmaker who collaborated with the family to construct the Penacony we're familiar with today, had a falling out with the family for specific reasons. But this is precisely where the problem lies. You were clearly investigating a murder, so then why, as a security officer, is he changing the subject to talk about his past with the watchmaker? And now, with Firefly mentioning his name again, it's hard not to be suspicious.
Regarding Firefly and the crew?
Before we found you, she'd already revealed her Stellaron Hunter identity and shared a lot of information.
Oh, okay. That's why you didn't really question when you saw her. Got it.
Who would have thought that the Molten Knight's true identity was actually a young girl? For her, this is a secret that she cannot allow others to know. That being the case, I think we can believe she's willing to cooperate. But she didn't reveal all her secrets. I just can't shake the feeling that her situation is different from that of the typical dreamer. And I hope that doesn't lead to any dangerous predicaments.
Let's call it.
I hope you've regained a little composure. We'll move out when you're ready.
Oh, hey! What are you doing here? Boo-hoo, why did you find me? I'm a useless birdie that can't even build his own nest. I'm only fit to live in the trash bag. This trash bag is mine! Boo! Couldn't even defend my own nest. I'm not the most useless bird alive. Goodbye, stranger. I'll give you the trash bag. Fleeting happiness. Is there any others I missed then? Because I feel like there is. Let me just poke around quick. Now I know that there's birds to look to. I keep forgetting every single time. Oh, fucking there we go. You want to shake claws, chirp? So you'll pop in the great tree, birdies. If you want to shake claws with me, you can fill up the entire Dreamvale, chirp. Well, you look, so you're too shy, chirp. Try shaking his claw. I also got origami claws are too small to be shaken, chirp. Goodbye, reserved friends. We'll just say we shook claws in our hearts. I wonder how many there are here. Sorry, I'll carry on. I've had my moment. Modeled vagrant.
Welcome to heaven. Dreams, true or false, all are ephemeral.
That fucking soul glad again.
Soul glad instead.
Water is the source of all life and the cradle of civilization. It is soaking the dry ground below, drip by drip, right before your eyes. As the years pass, some stars will be extinguished and others will be born. This small and moist patch of land will also see life bloom, life that only belongs to this place. When the scientists of this small puddle come to trace their history and look up to the heavens, would they be moved by the miracle that originated from a single broken water pipe? When the time comes... stop being all philosophical. When the time comes, the water in this pipe is sure to be heralded as a divine object and become almost impossible to obtain. If that's the case, why not take a drop for yourself now? In a few amber eras, you could make you a millionaire. Ecologists believe that keeping the ground constantly wet is a way for water pipes to mark their territory. Darn it. Those were darn good projects and the robbers took them all. He was too careless. I shouldn't have fallen for such an obvious trap. It's fine as long as our people are still around. We'll have to find our way to produce another batch of dream bubbles. One day, we'll have them pay back everything that belongs to us twofold. The first one right there. This place is cool.
Keep going straight down this alley and it'll lead to an elevator. It'll take us to the center of the land of the exiles.
This place has more
there's a guy
inside than my own house.
This place is bigger than my house. Bruh, dude. Oh no. I saw you. Hey, did I blind you with my super awesome radiant sparkle? Can a bird's feathers make light brighter? I'm researching the problem right now. Do you feel any difference in the light? It was darker after you left. The difference in those birdies only know how to build nests. Goodbye, friend. Yeah. I like the contrast to this area compared to all the other areas of Penacony. Even like the dark areas of Penacony tend to have like something of like the magic in it. This is just like a dirty back alley. Oh, these birds are super easy to find. I'm really paranoid that there's going to be like 50 of these things. And that's why there's like they're everywhere. Melancholic vagrant.
Did you also get kicked out of the beautiful dream? I want to go back. Well, but then I don't want to go back. Tell me what I should do. I don't know what to do.
You're on your own, kid. You doing alright, dude? Let's go treasure hunting. That's what we have to say.
Hi there, friends from a distant land. I hear the Watchmaker's legacy is right here. Let's say we go treasure hunting.
I gotta say, it is nice to be able to spin the camera and it actually be at a reasonable speed, like after Caligula. I quit drinking, will she come back? Oh god, oh, I'm going, dude.
What a huge clocky.
Whoa.
Looks like the Watchmaker also left his mark on Dreamflux Reef.
Oh boy. Part 1, Chapter 1. At the first light of dawn breaks through, Clocky is awakened by the sound of clanging metal. Groggily, he opens his eyes and draws the curtains, his mind still heavy with sleep. Outside, a flurry of origami birds scramble in the air as a shower of stones cascades down from the sky like rain. Chirp, Clocky, Clocky, you're finally awake. Come out, come out. We need your help with something important. Tick-tock, but if I step outside, those stones will definitely smash my head. Chirp, no, you silly. Those stones are us repairing the horses. No, the houses. I was right the first time. You're my dear friend, Clocky, and my stones will only smash Boss Stone's head. Boss Stone, the very mention of the name, brings a sudden clarity to Clocky's sleepy mind. The stones used to construct Dreamville are actually the most precious gems in the world. Origami birds carefully collected them from the desert and forest to construct the town, and the home of their friends piece by piece. That's why Boss Stone constantly brings lots of baddies here to rob the birds of their precious gems and wreak havoc in the town. Clocky steps out the door cautiously. Just as the origami bird said, all the stones fall around the house, avoiding his dial. Tick-tock! The clever and brave Clocky is coming! My friends, I can resolve any trouble that comes our way. Oh, clever Clocky. The stones in Dreamvale have almost run out. And if we don't find any more soon, we'll have to live in I am too tired. Dilapidated houses. Clocky realized the gravity of the situation. Living in crumbling dwellings would mean rain could soak into his dial, and he would definitely rust. But the birds are struggling to find more stones where they could keep, and where they are flying so high already. How is Clocky supposed to find the stones? I know of a place, Clocky. This, the one who speaks, is Captain Revolver, Clocky's dear friend and old member of the Compass. This courageous and formidable hero has helped Clocky out of trouble countless times. With a head shaped like a giant revolver, with an old cowboy hat sitting on it, he always instilled fear in the hearts of the baddies. Remember the caves in the forest, those dark tunnels connecting countless towns and forests. Tick-tock, I get you, Captain! The caves hold countless treasures and innumerable dangers, but with Captain Revolver leading the way, Clocky feels no fear. The Captain's aim is always true, and with a single shot he can vanquish any foe. Together they will find a new forest, bring back stones, and Dreamville will become even more beautiful. However, a new challenge soon emerges, causing Clocky's hour hands to twitch in frustration. Tick-tock, but the caves are too dark. How are we supposed to find our way through? Don't worry, Clocky. The tunnels are home to many luminous butterflies. They're all my friends. Time waits for no one. Let's embark on this adventure right now, just like the old days. Yeah, let's go. Captain Revolver, known for his fiery temperament, leads the way with brisk strides. That's why he's always leading the group. With a few origami birds trailing behind him, these clever helpers know exactly which stones will be suitable for the town. The still drowsy Clocky walks at a leisurely pace, bringing up the rear of the group. This is how our intrepid band of adventurers embark on their journey. The giant Clocky here in this street's proud landmark. Children from other neighborhoods all look upon it with great envy. The citizens see cleaning and maintaining this statue as part of their lives. The giant Clocky must see it as a part of his life too. Beautiful dreams are always sure to fade away under the corrosion of nightmares, but Clocky's smile is eternal. Boo! Did that scare you, chap? All the birdies are eaten by a gigantic Clocky. Guess that's why I'm still here. You're a ghost? Wrong guess. It's because Clocky doesn't eat birds. You're just pulling your leg. Your reaction was really funny. Goodbye, I'll come back next time to make you laugh. Wait a minute, that said investigate for a second. What was that about?
Unbelievable. To think there's a settlement of this size within the dreamscape. And all beyond the family's reach. The atmosphere in this fortress is pretty different from that in the beautiful dream.
When I first saw it, I was in awe too. The sky here, it's like a reflection of the 12 dreamscapes. What's even more bizarre is that this place is also separated into trade and residential areas. The layout may be simple, but the facilities are very comprehensive. It seems that there are quite a number of people living here.
Though both dreamscapes have distinct styles, the architectural designs are quite similar. Works of the same hand, perhaps. Hard not to speculate on the connection. But there's no point in overthinking things. Let's meet up with Himiko and the others first.
Take a right turn at the end of this road and you'll reach the trade district. There are more people there. And perhaps someone knows where she is.
Not coming with us?
The Astral Express likely needs room for some internal deliberation. In the meantime, I'll try and locate Gallagher.
Sure. Let's reconnect later.
No. I don't want to separate.
Letting her go was the right decision.
No!
Further observations are needed before we decide whether to trust her. But first, there's someone
Misha's in the background.
Let's go. I'm sure you've
Yeah, I just did. Misha and Clocky are back over there.
Right over there. The Reverie Hotel's bellboy. How did he end up here? And right after Miss Acheron severed the beautiful dream. We'd better check, just to be sure.
Trash can is perfect for me, and perfectly legal for me to stay in.
The trash can is... I heard that. The kid, he went, this trash can is perfectly suited for me and perfectly legal to sit in. There we go. I had to get someone with a high kick. Say hello to my baseball bat. No, spare the evil pirate! We found a number of them. Oh, and that's where the birds get turned in, okay. Oh, there's a map leaving point here? Interesting. I wonder where it leads to. You can pretend to have never seen anything. It's a slumber town. Oh, it's all linked up here. Okay. And it takes us back. Okay. I'll worry about that later. I do want to explore this area before we continue the plot. The hot steam from under the manhole cover bursts upward like lightning, as if it's chasing something before dissipating straight up into the heavens. Indeed, this is one of the great 7 manhole covers. The manhole cover of the hunt. I swear to God, if there are 7 manhole covers and Stell like compares it to another path each time, I'm going to scream. Because of course she would do that. Whoa. A black hole-esque structure spawned from the loss of Memoria is ravenously feasting on an already destitute world. The force is devoid of any substance. It still exhibits the appearance of gravitational collapse in the dream. What irony. Oh, I see. I can hear... If you listen carefully, you can sometimes hear them. If you ever see me like start like rattling the camera around looking at every corner, it's because I can hear one. Hey, Dr. Blaze. Hello again. Alright, how many are there? I'm thinking 20. Yes, there are 20. Da, 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 da. I know what she's humming. Oh, we get this of destruction weapon, flames afar. Let's have a look. When the wearer's cumulative HP loss during one attack exceeds 20, so if you lose over a quarter of your health in one hit, or if the amount of their own HP consumed at one time is greater than a quarter, immediately heal the wearer by 15% of their health, and at the same time, increase the damage they deal by 25% for 2 turns. And if you max it out, it goes up to 50%. Jesus. That's actually a pretty solid fucking 4-star. It's a really fucking solid thing. So that encourages having low defense. It encourages you having low defense but high attack. Because then because you want to lose more than a quarter of your health when you get hit. But then if you do it, you get to react. You see like counter stance. That's kind of cool. La 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 la. If I can just stop one heart from breaking. Yes, I know what you're singing. Beautiful song. All of Robin's songs are beautiful, to be fair. But I'm genuinely, like, unironically debating getting that album when it comes out of all the Robin songs. Because all of them are genuinely really nice. Alright, let's see what manhole cover this one is. The hot stream of the manhole cover gently rises in a slow exhalation, kissing the cheeks of passerbys. It selflessly donates its warmth. Is it harmony? Of abundance! Ah, this legendary 7 manhole covers of abundance. We gotta try and find all the manhole covers.
So this is the so-called freedom of organic life.
But yeah, that black hole thing is... I don't know what the fuck that's about. It's weird. There's a shop over here. Why do we... Potion seller. I require your strongest potion. How do you like toys? I have to say what toy it is. Oh, the exquisitely designed toys won't let you down. Okay, just show me what you got. Are you serious? Let me see your toys. Jack in the Box. An unsolved Rubik's Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube. Delusion blocks. And a hollow toy. Oh, I'm not using this fucking thing. After using it, increase all allies' speed by 20%, but at the start of the turn, allies lose 20% of their fucking health when it lasts 5 turns. No! Fuck yourself. Stowaway investigation report. Chapter 2, living in a 2 cubic meter cabin. While some stowaways choose to give up buying consumables in reality to extend their stay in the dreamscape, a survey revealed that 85% of respondents still choose to pay for the robot cleaning service on their ship to keep their room clean. As a putrid scent in the room in reality would otherwise severely degrade their experience in the dream. The cleaning robot in the ship is an outdated IPC model from 2152 AE, with a history longer than a stowaway ship itself. Despite its age, the robot remains functional and diligently attends to the sanitations of 107 compartments of the in one half of the ship, emitting a melodic hum that praises Klipoff as it moves. Oh, what was is Klipoff propagation? I think it is. The affordability of its services. I'll check up. No, it's preservation. I can check in a second, but I think it might be preservation. Develop a sense of faith in preservation. Naturally, it also handles the task of cleaning up deceased tenants and those who could no longer pay. But stowaways have long grown accustomed to this. The most popular food among stowaways is the Instant Vita serum. Yeah, I could also do with an Instant Vita. Which solely relies on the IPC's shipping routes for transportation. Originally created by a botanical botanist and intelligent plants from the Sexcal system during the Border Star trade war when resources were scarce, the IPC has since acquired the rights to this product. Of course they have. The nutrient fluid has the advantages of affordability, and the fact that drinking it probably won't kill you, I guess, was extensively used during relief efforts in wars. However, it was eventually banned due to potential safety concerns regarding psychological harm leading to the closure of the production factory. Merchants that have stockpiled large amounts of the nutrient fluid during the war were forced to leave in disappointment, taking with them enough nutrient fluids that could last 2 planets for 3 amber eras. That was when an affordable life support product emerged throughout the cosmos. In certain star systems, a bottle of nutrient fluid may be worth less than the excrement of a local creature. Experienced stowaways collect empty cans to sell the alloy to the captain at discounted prices. However, they discreetly keep this knowledge from rookies, as that would lead to receiving hush money from the captain. By the way, does that stuff have a short shelf life? Well, drinking it probably won't kill you, I guess. Due to prolonged exposure to low-gravity environments, organic stowaways face additional health risks compared to inorganic ones. Common ailments include osteoporosis and endocrine disorders. The cost of daily cabin environmental conditioning, amounting to 10,000 credits a day, remains unaffordable for a majority of stowaways. In the face of these challenges, stowaways who have not yet had a mental collapse due to the effects of high concentration of memoria ultimately resort to extensive body modifications to gain some extra hours of sleep each day. Look at me now. All I need to do is dive into the dreamscape. If only I could never have to wake up. During the interview with a stowaway named Beta, it came to my attention that he only had 1/10 of his head left. What the fuck? And an inorganic shell weighing around 29 kilograms. After learning about my identity, he kept cursing the captain for deducting the money earned from selling his organic body parts. He insisted on giving me the last bottle of his much cherished nutrition solution, as he can rely solely on subpar batteries for his survival. Well, drinking it probably won't kill you, I guess. While writing this section in the Reverie Hotel, an inorganic guest approached me and requested the bottle of nutrient solution. He then invited me to his miniature garden, where he poured the nutrient solution on one of the flowers, causing it to come to life and greet me. Penacony's got some fucked up shit going on. People are literally cutting off their human body parts. Oh, I forgot they changed this in this update. They cleaned this up. Press yes. Make your public. Yes, yes. Select battle records. Oh, you can make it so it shows your battle records. So people can see what you've recently done. I'll make it my... Make your ability active, sure. Make your status... You can make it your... You can also appear offline if you want to, which is a nice quality of life. So, like, see at the bottom left, it says Trailblazer Activity. Today, obtained a new 5-star character, Robin. Now I have 38 characters, 76 light cones, 446 achievements, 76 phonographs, and 196 books. Select your friend avatar to view more of their showcase information. Yeah, so now you can do this for everyone. Oh, hey, he rolled for 5-star. Not played yet. F. Profile viewing cooldown can't be... Oh, okay, you can't spam. You can also configure your social and personal settings here. Yeah. I still haven't gone back and got all these stickers. Fuck, I completely forgot about that. Whoops. I need to do that at some point. Because I'm just leaving gems on the table not doing that. Literally, I'm leaving 20 gems on the table by not doing that. Oh, another manhole cover. The steam under the manhole cover is united in song. This has to be harmony. Each water molecule is sharing their joy hand in hand. This must be the incredible 7 manholes, the one of harmony. Oh, did I hear a bird? I did, okay. Chirp, I can't move anymore. What's this one? Help 100 origami birds. That's my 100th fucking bird. Oh god. Does that mean I have 10? Yeah, because I've gotten every single other bird, and they usually round up to zeroed numbers, like 10 or 20. Oh, another manhole cover. What's this one? Hot steam manhole dissipates evenly and efficiently, like a program that was written long ago. Erudition. And we sent this one is the stories. This one's a manhole of erudition. Hey, because erudition is the robot. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. The Aeons. Oh, it's not going to have a picture because we're not in the Astral Express. Not the Astral Express, the Simulated Universe. I've done Simulated Universe's Swarm Disaster 100% now. That taste is questionable. So, I have all but one marked on my thing now. So at some point, I will go show them all. So if people haven't seen what all of the Aeons look like, all but one, I can show them. Some of them look really cool. I think the one that like sticks out the most to me is Aha, which is the Aeon of Elation. I think Aha looks fascinating. Blocky and Captain Revolver. Oh yeah, sure, we'll read chapter 2 of this. Hey, long time no see, Captain Revolver. Tell me more tales of your adventure at the sea. Oh, you must be Clocky, right? Glad to meet... Oh, that was Clocky's voice. It's too late now. I'm not doing the high pitch for him again. Origami birds, I heard you've eaten up all the fruits belonging to Missy Fruit Tree. You won't eat us, right? Just as they step into... Oh, how long is this? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I find the lore fascinating on Penacony, so I want to keep reading. Just as they step into the tunnel, the butterflies start to chat incessantly. Their delicate rings flutter and flap, illuminating the path ahead in blinking lights. Clocky cannot help but marvel at how lovely these new friends are. The complicated tunnels resemble a giant labyrinth. Even the butterflies only dare to live near the entrance, but with Captain Revolver taking the lead, they have found the courage to venture deeper. Tick-tock! How spacious is it here? If only Dreamvale could be as, grand. Once we discover a new forest, not even 100 tunnels like this can compare to our own. A tunnel as large as 100 tunnels like this? That would be massive. Clocky cannot even imagine what it would look like. Tick-tock! Captain, aren't you afraid when exploring such tunnels? Haha! This kind of danger is just a walk in the park. It doesn't hold a candle to our adventure in the Amethyst Forest. Back then, you jumped into Piano Spider's webs, and Mirror Princess was so scared. Tick-tock! Piano Spider is a true gentleman. I still remember the cake he gave us before we left. The mention of a new story from Clocky piqued the origami bird's curiosity, and they clamour for Clocky to tell them more stories. Clocky promises to share his stories one by one once they return to Dreamville, as he has too many to recount at the moment. Even with the assistance of their fucking Pokemon's on my mind, butterfly friends, traversing such treacherous tunnels required immense bravery. However, as everyone witnesses Captain Revolver and Clocky banters, their fears subside. This is precisely what Captain Revolver intended. He is more than just a hot-tempered pistol. His mind is sharp and resourceful. Whenever his companions feel uneasy or encounter difficulties, he will somehow find a way to cheer them up. Under his leadership, the silent tunnel has turned into a place filled with laughter and joy, going from a place of terror to a locale full of fun. However, the perils within the tunnels remain. Undeterred by their bravery, soon a sense of unease begins to creep up on the butterflies. Captain, we just heard the buzzing sound. It wasn't like the fluttering of butterflies or the chirping of birds. The tunnels are home to a myriad of creatures, some friendly but most are not. Since their friends often make sounds like whoa, chirp, or tick-tock, Captain Revolver realized that the creatures lurking in the darkness are definitely fearsome villains. Keep it down, everyone. We need to make haste. Captain Revolver's words carry authority, and even the mischievous Clocky covers his clock hands on his nose to minimize the noise. So I'm just checking something quick. As the team advances deeper and deeper, the tunnels grow quieter. Everyone tries to be as silent as possible and focus on the road ahead. Their ears hearing only the faint sound of butterfly wings fluttering. Captain Revolver, shielding his friends, leads the way with extreme caution. However, in the lightless dark, the horrors eventually quietly close in. Silently, greedily, swiftly. This area is kind of deceptively big. Like, it doesn't look that big, but there's a lot of little things to pick up and read everywhere. Now, we already checked that shop, so we'll go this way. I'm assuming there's something back here I should probably check first. Like a bird. And a chest. My eye sees all. Also, like, for Star Rail post this update, because 2.3 will likely be an epilogue of some description, I will probably stream 2.3. But 2.4 onwards, until whenever 3.0 drops, I probably won't stream. Just to try and like keep on top of my schedule a little bit more. Alright, what do you think this one is? The hot steam from the manhole cover envelops you. Who are you? Where are you going? What pain is there in life? What suffering is there in death? Is this remembrance? Actually, no, this might be nihility. Yeah, nihility. Because the moment I'm talking about death. Nancy, the music shop proprietress. How many new viewers visiting today? All these new faces in town, I can't keep track of them all. I heard lots of people. It's not a manhole cover. Remember, in the ancients, it looked the same. Alright, what do you sell? Music! Fast and Fury nuts! Alright. When about the ally character, the highest current attack does 35% more damage, but they're more likely to be attacked. Ooh, that's kind of an interesting one. All allies do damage increase by 45%, but their skill damage decreases by 12%. Ooh.
I knew you couldn't hold your liquor. Tried to warn you to.
Evil ticker. Uh-oh. It's gonna be the same puzzle as usual? Oh boy. Oh, finally back. Welcome. Oh, am I overthinking it? Is it just that? It is. Oh god, now you have to get back? Okay. Anybody of mine sometime today? Oh, hell yeah. Enjoy it. Okay, I don't think that affects regardless of where that goes, so I think that's not relevant. Never mind, it is relevant. That was a cool one. Give me my reward. Oh, Duke's gloves or fiery fur. Oh, hey. These guys are literally everywhere. Jesus. I found so many of them. And I haven't even explored much of this area. Like, I haven't even gone over here. I haven't gone up there.
Let's see how you handle a stroke of genius like this.
He doesn't understand rock and roll at all. I don't mean to talk to you, Cloda. Hey, Jesse. What are you selling? Ooh. When used, increase an ally's attack by 24%, crit damage by 20%, but decrease their ult damage by 12%. Interesting. When used, increase allies' attack by 35%, but decrease their defense. That one I could actually see myself using. Increase the speed by 12%, but decrease their attack by 6%. Ugh. That might be good if you have a more supportive base team. Flight guide? What? What do you mean, Penacony flight guide? Warning, we received numerous complaints regarding the authenticity of this content, which is suspected to have been entirely fabricated by a history fictional. There's a fictionalist? And the account responsible has thus been suspended. Do not click any... Oh, it's scam. It's a scam mail. Got it. Alright, I'm not going to read the scam mail. Oh, is there any more manhole covers? We found most of them.
Let's see how you...
Oh, have I interacted with you? Manhole cover is silent and unstirring. It protection banishes all cold from around you. Remembrance, because it's cold. Preservation. Fuck me, never mind. How many have I got right? 1. I think the next one has to be Remembrance. I think it's the only one we haven't got. Because we got the Hunt, we got... Oh no, have we got Remembrance? The second one I got wrong, because I thought it was Harmony and it wasn't. Was that one Remembrance? I've already forgotten. The third one was Harmony, the fourth was Nihility. We haven't had... I don't think we've had Erudition yet, actually. Yes, we have. We've had Erudition, because that's the mechanical one. Sorry, Misha, I'll get to you later. Hey, there's another one. Hot steam bursts forth from under the manhole cover, lashing at a world with a fiery roar. This is destruction. That's right, it's going to be destruction. Congratulations, you've collected the blessings of all the sacred 7 manhole covers. Now your great name is known by all throughout the world of the manhole covers. You want to know what the blessings of the manhole covers do? You're hitting the nail on the head. They're cool, and they're very cool. Anyway, they're cool. Shut the fuck up, game.
Leave the dreamscape forever.
The shopkeeper was still here last year. Oh, is it just chests in here? No, there are 2 trash cans as well. I need to just bring up a guide. I'm still missing 1 treasure chest from, like, the area where we fought Sam. There's, like, 34 chests in that area, and I'm missing 1. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue where this 1 is. And I haven't, like, I should just bring up a guide. And then start, like, following it to find it, because I have no idea. This game is at times, yeah. I do. How far does this go? Oh, pretty far. I might be onto something here. Yes. God, imagine being like on like
in such a high place.
I'm just tired of heights here. Imagine being like 50 million floors up and looking up and seeing a kid walking across a street because the street's above you. Bruh. Before he was broken, Mr. Billboard was the highest paramour of the street. But the woman that he loved left in search of fortune and prosperity, leaving only the green glow of grief. Jesus fucking Christ. The aged movie poster has some classic Penaconian characteristics in terms of its art style. You're just not quite sure if the red graffiti and bullet holes are part of that style too. Hey, excuse you. Just walk past and eat. I didn't see... Oh, what's this? No, I don't want to talk to you, Darth Vader. Got it, sure, whatever, dude. Bye. Oh, chapter 3. Just as the group advances with caution, a pitch-dark figure is already hiding deep in the channel. It hid in the soil, preparing to ambush and devour Clocky as he passed by. However, the ever-vigilant Captain Revolver is one step ahead. Before the creature can even strike, one of his bullets already pierced through its nose. It's an old buzzfly, watch out. Without giving the old butterfly a chance to react, another fiery blast erupts from Captain Revolver's head. Because it's, you know, the Captain Revolver is a revolver. Or what's in me to click off of that shit. Books. Where would you be? There we go. If I'm presenting Captain Revolver's head, a mournful cry follows from ahead. Soon, a deathly silence falls over the entire tunnel once more. Tick-tock! Thank you, Captain! Without you, I would have become its meal. Don't get relaxed yet. Old buzzflies never hunt alone. There must be more of its companions looking inside the tunnels. As if on cue, soon the tunnel was filled with a cacophony of buzzing sounds. Old buzzflies and a bunch of non-verbal monsters, but far more terrifying than any ordinary foes. They will devour everything in their path. Soon everyone realizes the terrifying truth. These old buzzflies had already devoured the forest on the other side of the tunnel, and are now headed towards Dreamville itself. We've got to stop them passing through here. However, the tunnel is so dark that not even a glimpse of the old buzzflies can be seen. Now they are supposed to defeat... How are they supposed to defeat those monsters? Just as clocky gears are about to get stuck in exploration, brilliantly suddenly illuminated the tunnel. Brilliance suddenly illuminates the tunnel, I can read. We've come to help you, Captain. The butterfly fluttered their wings vigorously, the shining dust of the scales shimmering like stars as they fall into the tunnel, exposing the repulsive old buzzflies and giving them no shade to hide. Captain Revolver expertly pulls the trigger with this light, the muzzle on his head almost spitting flame. One after another, butterflies who have exhausted their phosphoric dust fall to the ground, only to be replaced with fresh reinforcements. We can't keep up like this, Clocky. My friends leave now. I'll manage these old buzzflies myself. Bud? No, Bud. I'm Captain Revolver. I won't lose to the likes of them. Seizing an opportunity, Captain Revolver is momentarily distracted. An old buzzfly lunges towards him, aiming to vanquish the most valiant opponent present. However, the butterflies form a delicate barrier, their wings breaking in the clash as the phosphorus powder blinds the odd buzzflies. Amidst the uneasing sound of gunfire, Clocky and the origami birds flee desperately until exhaustion overtakes them. They cannot take one more step or make one more wing flap. Finally, a familiar sight of the forest in Dreamville re-emerges before them. When Clocky leads his companions back to the tunnel, the battle has long concluded. Scattered phosphoric scales adjoin every corner, illuminating the tunnel even brighter than daylight. The radiant glow guides them forward through the corpses of one old buzzfly after another and out of the cave. The old buzzflies had devoured everything except the stones here. Tick-tock! Captain! Butterflies, are you there? There is no reply. With the stones, the shattered town is repaired. However, Captain Revolver and his butterflies never return. Sometimes sunlight filters through the cracks of the tunnel, illuminating the fading phosphorus powders. The sparkling colours always make Clocky feel as though someone is trying to talk to him. Hey, Clocky, let's go on another adventure. Let me get my reward quick from finding so many birds. Do I have to talk to something first? How do I get you out the box? Assuming there's a chance that this is actually a part of the collection here and it's just where he's gone. There you go. Everything seems to be quietly falling into place as if ordered by fate. You pass by here, you linger for a while, and then lose yourself in the luminescent, moonlit ocean that songs have transformed into. In a daze, you feel all your troubles melt away. Your soul's breath undulates with each hum of the song under this cold artificial light. You almost fall asleep. Inside the dreamer's dream, you spy a towering dome into the twilight, a zephyr fluttering through the great wilderness, the vastness of the night sky as it spans the wastelands. The song finishes, then the melody rings out again after a brief interlude, just like the never-ending string of interconnected dreams. Da, 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 da. I probably shouldn't whistle, my mic might pick that up weird. Alright, let's go finally poke Misha. Hey kid, what are you doing here?
You were the guest from before.
Fun fact, Misha's English voice actor or actress is the same voice as Skirk in Genshin.
Forgot to introduce myself. I'm the hotel's bellboy, Misha.
Hello, Misha. I'm Welt. We met in a dream. Oh, and who might this be?
Tick-tock! Old friend and new friend! Let's high-five!
Yeah, I'm being serious. Misha and Skirk share an English VA. She's a very talented lady. She's got a great range. Mr. Yang, you're still young at heart.
Your, memory zone mean?
Nope. Clocky is a good friend of mine. We all live here. How did you two get here? This dream
Isn't the same way that Damon Mills is the voice of Blade in this game, but he's also Linny in Genshin, the magician.
So, this is your home?
Yep. After my work in the
Or
ends, I'll go back home.
Alejandro,
Commuting
I forget his last name on my head. The voice of Sino in Genshin is also General Jing Yuan in this game.
This Sleepy. Can you describe what it looks like?
Sleepy is a memory zone meme.
looks fierce and has many eyes, but it's actually really well behaved. Gallagher's been taking care of it.
Gallagher again.
Based on the description, that meme is indisputably death. A nightmare for the family, but for the people who live here, well, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Death? Not in a dream, surely. Sleepy's just a little aggressive, and sometimes messes up by fetching the wrong guess. But it would never hurt anyone.
I see. Has it brought back any guests recently, say, in the last day or two? We're currently investigating a missing person case that occurred within the beautiful dream.
I see. Then you'll have to speak with Gallagher. But he's currently busy hosting a visitor from the Oak family and specifically asked not to be disturbed. Mr. Yang, the person you're looking for, is it Miss Robin?
Just as I thought. Considering what happened with Miss Firefly, this doesn't come as
Considering
a surprise.
both Robin and Firefly supposedly met the same fate, and we know Firefly's alive, we know Robin's alive, so where is she?
If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can lead the way. She told me that she'd be willing to meet with outside guests.
Yeah, that would be good.
If it's
Let's go meet
not
Sunday's
too
little
much trouble.
sister.
Also, we're looking for our missing companions. A woman with red hair accompanied by a girl with pink hair. Have you seen them?
Oh, I haven't. But
Okay, so
please,
Himiko and March are
rest
still
assured,
somewhere.
Dreamflux Reef is a small place, and it's not as bustling as the beautiful dream, but its safety is unmatched. How about this? Since it's your first time here in Dreamflux Reef, I'll be your guide and help you find your companions. And then we can all go visit Miss Robin together. She's gone
Alright,
to
Misha.
Mrs. Grace's to visit the children. She won't be leaving anytime soon, so there should be enough time.
All right, then. We'll follow your plan.
Something that I was never going to
Well,
notice, but
we
someone
now
noticed
know the
in
answer
Robin's
to both
trailer.
murder cases
There's a
that
part
have
in the
caused
trailer
such
where it gets
commotion
quiet
in
for a
Penacony.
second,
As
and
for the
in it they
intentions
play a
of the
Morse code,
mastermind behind
and the
it
Morse
all,
code is
We're
SOS.
still none the wiser.
Because there's a shit ton of little details in Robin's trailer. It's kind of insane. But yeah, they play an SOS signal in Morse code, which probably says a lot about what Robin's going through and how she feels if there's a fucking SOS call in her thing. The visit from the Oak family is worth learning more about.
And I believe their relationship with Gallagher may run deep. Why else would they be so clandestine about their discussion? Regardless, we have to find Gallagher. Say, you mentioned before that you saw Clocky that only you could see, right?
Yeah. He was with Misha at that time.
I can't shake off this strange feeling.
Yeah,
really
I think it's
still
because...
so young
I don't
at
think it's
heart?
because... Young at heart, I think it's because he's now closer to the truth, so he can see the truth.
Forget it. It's not important. We'd better just follow Misha.
Don't worry, you 80-something-year-old man. We get it.
Everyone, look! From here, you can see the most spectacular view of Dreamflux Reef.
A black hole? No. An accretion disk formed from consolidated memoria? Was Dreamflux Reef built on such unstable memoria?
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in Memoria dynamics. I was just trying to figure out how to explain this huge hole to everyone. I bet you guys have a lot in common with Miss Kami.
I bet I have to figure out how to get that bird. I hope that's one of the ones we've already got. Because, uh-oh.
There she is!
My calculations are finally done. In another 10 system hours, the above dream will swallow the dream below. My hypothesis was correct. This place will cease to exist as the dream devours everything. Who are you all, and why haven't you left yet? This place is about to disappear.
Who are you?
I'm Kami, a dreamscape surveyor specializing in Memoria dynamics. And this is my life's work that I'm researching.
See that huge gaping hole? It was just a narrow rift many years ago, but now it's grown into a giant hole. The surrounding Memoria has been flowing towards the other end of the hole at a constant velocity, slowly but surely. But the scary part is, according to my calculations, the flow rate of Memoria has recently changed, and it's faster than ever before. It's almost as if something is sucking it in from the other side. By constantly improving upon Madame Rosalina's Memoria measurement method, I've finally obtained accurate results. After 10 system hours, the Dreamflux Reef will cease to exist. Just like the melting of glaciers, everything will crumble and disintegrate. The dreams on that side of the void will fuse into one.
Please don't worry. This sort of thing has happened many times before. Miss Kami isn't a bad person. She's just a bit lost in her own world. She'll probably realize she's wrong soon enough.
You don't say. There was something else that piqued my interest. Who is Madame Rosalina?
Oh, do you know her too? Or are you also a fan of Memoria Dynamics?
He just said, who is this? So no, he doesn't know.
We're very interested in Madame Rosalina's achievements. Could you tell us a little more about them?
Why, of course! She's an excellent scholar of Memoria Dynamics, and the first person to apply Memoria rate measurement methodology on interstellar travelers. Regrettably, due to the presence of the Garden of Recollection, ordinary people don't pay much attention to the nature of Memoria. She departed this world without much fame, leaving only a few thin journals behind. I came to Penacony to learn more about my idol, and went to great lengths to seek out Dreamflux Reef, all because this is her final resting place. Prodigies always meet their demise prematurely. If only Madame Rosalina had more time, she would have discovered a way to reverse the flow of Memoria. I felt it. The source is in the Golden Hour.
It's always fucking Golden Hour. We always keep going back. The first place we went to.
The memory zone. I must uncover more concrete proof. I must convince everyone.
Does the name Madame Rosalina sound familiar to you?
Is one of the nameless mentioned by the conductor?
That's right. It seems like she did a great deal of research and calculations in Dreamflux Reef before abruptly passing away.
Miss Kami regularly mentions her. I hear Madame Rosalina passed away during the prison war. She could see the Penacony of today. Its people building homes in the memory zone. I bet she'd be really happy.
Perhaps.
Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be able to find the others there.
Alright, Misha, you're the boss. Oh, it's March!
Ghost! There's a ghost! Don't come near me!
Oh my. I'm human and so are you. Can you get a grip? Mr. Yang and Miss Trailblazer, I've been waiting for you. Quickly, come help. I bumped into a member of the family on the way here. He was so scared and I just wanted to calm him down. But...
Let me go! Let me go! I've only done good in my life. Why can't I rest in peace after death?
Well, this is how it turned out.
You scared it this badly? Or now you shall pay respect to March 7th, Ghost of Dreamflux Reef.
Me? A ghost? Don't make me hit you.
Well, just like, now's not the time for bullshit. I'm gonna slap you silly.
He thinks he's dead. Although, when I first fell in, I also thought the same.
Marge's had enough of my shit. He's just like, I'm gonna hit you.
Dear guest, this is not the afterlife. This is Dreamflux Reef.
That's right. Did you hear that? Repeat after me. Dreamflux Reef.
You're talking to someone invisible. If
Oh.
I'm not dead,
He can't
what
see
am
Misha.
I?
What's wrong with sleeping in dreams?
Stop asking! You'll alert the monsters! All the dead are right here. All of them!
You're not talking about the memory zone meme, are you?
Don't say that name! It's all your fault. They're coming!
Oh, fuck. Oh, you're being serious. Hey, lads.
I'll go east.
Oh, you can restart story fights at the press of a button now. And you can also make it if you want to change your lineup. So if you're fucking up a fight a whole bunch, you can kind of try it again.
See this time. Feeling spiffy? I'm gonna hold everyone back. Protect me! Protect me! There's still...
Stand down. Blade of moonlight.
Nice.
He passed out. His intense negative emotions attracted the nearby memory zone memes.
I see. But why aren't the other people around here scared?
Unlike in the Sweet Dream, people here don't see memory zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people
Yeah, we need to talk about the fact that no one can see Misha, except for people who are aware that the dreams are lies, I think.
But we can't just leave this man here. Can we take him somewhere safe?
We can ask Jesse for help. I've gotten to know many locals while waiting for
Oh yeah,
you
we
guys.
bumped into Jesse.
Everyone here is living a self-sufficient life. I don't know how to describe it, but this place feels like the real dreamscape.
Yeah, you're closer to the truth than you realise.
Evening, Jesse. Is it evening?
Welcome, Miss March. Who might these be?
These two are my friends. As for the man lying on the ground, he's a scaredy cat who fainted from fright.
I see. Another poor guy who accidentally ended up here. I'll take care of him. There have been a lot of new faces lately. Things must be tough in the beautiful dream. The few remaining havens of freedom in Asdana will soon face trouble.
Do such things often happen here?
Not really, but they're becoming more frequent now. Guess it's one of the signs of the Sweet Dreams collapse. This man has had quite the shock. Could you help me find a Halovian lady, March? Her songs can heal mental wounds.
Robin is Halovian.
A Halovian lady?
That
An
must
angel
be
lady.
Robin. She's also here in Dream.
Oh, something I haven't actually shown with Robin. That's actually kind of cool.
Robin? But I thought she... Oh...
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, okay, March. Catch up.
If you're safe and sound, then it means Robin must be okay too.
Misha is about to take us to her to find out what happened. But before that, let's meet up with Himiko. You were with her earlier, right?
We met some stowaways in the residential area. Most of them came from neighboring star systems. I heard that places like Dreamflux Reef are scattered throughout the memory zone of Asdana, like islands in the ocean. They existed before the family arrived. I also heard that when Dreamflux Reef took shape, it was the center of all dreamscapes in Penacony.
You've heard a lot, March.
It's no wonder there are so many similarities between this place and the Sweet Dream.
Himiko must be gathering information. Let's hurry up and get going.
Yeah, let me... Oh, it's gonna be way the fuck down here. Oh, there she is. On her dress... Oh, it's not gonna let me zoom in enough. You see that, like, wing pattern on, like, the left side of her dress and, like, on the right side? That's not a wing pattern. That's her wings. She has them pinned down around her dress so they don't get in the way. No, she's got the wings behind her head, but she's got the wings around her body as well. Like, they're actually, like, are pinned down. I imagine they're not hurting her. They're like, she's just used to being like that, and being pinned like that, but they are pinned down. You can see both of them kind of go into a bow in her back. Like, her wings are kind of low, like they're, like, down her spine. Oh, I just thought it was kind of cool. Sunday does the same thing. when you see Sunday, he has a suit on, but if you look underneath the suit, you can just see an outline of the wings. He has like the wings wrapped around his body. I haven't actually looked at like her kit completely. Oh yeah, when you use her ult, she can immediately she makes it so all your teammates immediately get to take action, which is one of the reasons why people want to get her, because you use her ult and now everyone can have a turn. Increase all allies' crit damage by 5%. Moreover, after allies attack enemy targets, Robin generates energy. Increase damage dealt by all allies by 25%, lasting for 3 turns. If it reducing at the start of Robin's turn. And then her attack is just her attack.
Only consistent practice can ensure optimum performance.
I don't know what your boss drop is. Like what I need to get to level you up further beyond 40. Oh, okay. A boss we haven't encountered yet. Oh, you're only here? Hang on one fucking second. Hang on one fucking second. We're gonna detour for a sec. You're like just here? Oh, and that exclamation point is because we leveled her up. So it's coming up being, hey, get your free roll.
I've been waiting for... Guess even in dreams there's...
Watch this.
When you have multiple lineups, you can use preset lineup to quickly locate the desired team. Oh, this is cool. So you can kind of like just bring it up quick like this and be like, okay, that team, that team.
The moon shines on the truth.
I had a lot of quality of life in this update, damn.
The game is on. Don't move.
Stand down. Blade of moonlight.
Can you find the answer?
In lunar flame.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I'm scared. Give me strength. Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
Alright. I'll leave it at just the one fight for now. Bum, 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 bum.
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
Alright, sorry, back to this.
Where there are people, there is noise.
The other thing I want to do... There's really no quick way to favorite. Characters I plan to do something with. One way or another, I want on my favorite list so they stay at the top. So now they're all at the top, in the same way when you favorite characters in Genshin. I'm amazed it took them this long to add it when Genshin's had it since launch, but whatever. So like, even if I swap them off, these characters will all stay at the top now.
Only consistent practice can ensure optimum performance.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, this equipment... I'm not keeping. This equipment wasn't intended for you, but I'm surprised it said, hey, recommended. This equipment was not recommended. Also, lightning damage boost. The fuck? No. Get that off of her. That's my Fushuan equipment I've been working on, and I don't have the orb. Because I'm debating heavily getting Fushuan. How am I doing on the rolls? Oh, I've got to... You know, I'll burn these quick. Ooh. Nice. We've only gotten Yukong once.
The heavens are vast. The kite flies where it wishes.
I'm amazed I've only got Yukong once. Actually, I think that is actually the first time I've ever got Yukong, because you get her for free. Like we're doing the story.
This is where we split up. She can't be too...
Oh, hey, Himiko.
So that's how it is. I never imagined we'd gather the remaining details here.
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an unpredictable twist of fate.
Himiko, here they are.
Ah, perfect timing. Now that everyone's here, I'd like to introduce everyone to Micah, who's partly in charge of the Land of the Exiles. Micah, these are my companions.
It's a pleasure to meet the Nameless.
You know us?
I've been keeping an eye on you since the day you arrived in Penacony. We would have met under more appropriate circumstances if Dreamflux Reef hadn't been isolated from the 12 Dreamscapes. Please, allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Micah, the Gravekeeper of Dreamflux Reef.
Gravekeeper? Jesus.
Gravekeeper?
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty liberating. Everyone here mostly keeps to themselves, without meddling in others' affairs. My daily task involves cleaning a few tombstones.
You're too modest, Micah. When lost dream chasers stumble upon this place, you're the one who takes care of them, guiding them back to the sweet dream, or showing them how to survive the wild dream chaos.
So, guardian of sorts.
Were you talking to me, Mr. Yang?
They can't see Misha.
On that note, Mr. Mika, which tombstones are you referring to? We didn't come across any graveyard when we arrived.
They're actually just symbolic stones. But since you're curious, Mr. Yang, I'll take you there. I have a feeling you might find something of interest there. But before that, you have an important guest joining you.
An important guest? Who could it be?
This way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are
Is it Robin?
a bit run down, so watch your step.
They're going to keep us in suspense the whole ride, aren't they? We're not going to know until, like, we're there. It's the same with, like, how this is all going to end. We're not going to know how this is end until we're there, I feel like. I feel like they're going to keep it so close to their chest until, like, the 11th hour.
There she is.
There she is.
Everyone sang so wonderfully. It's not often that I tried this music style, but I've gained some valuable insights from it.
Oh, I can't thank you enough, Robin. Well, these kids have made incredible progress in only a few days.
It was nothing, Grace. I merely taught them how to sing. It was you who brought hope into their lives. Life must be quite difficult for them in reality, I imagine.
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye to these kids, they're reluctant to leave. But I've explored every corner of Dreamflux Reef, talked to everyone I met, and they all told me the same thing. This shattered dream is not worth clinging to.
It seems you truly are a child of the Harmony. Emma and Andy are orphans I took under my wing. Carol there, with her blind eyes, used to work at a nutrition center in the outer ring of Penacony. And as for Gary, he's been living with autism since he was a child. They're not old enough to enter the sweet dream managed by the family.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, because some people just live with autism not as a child. What? Yeah, I can kind of gather when you say living with autism. Ugh. I knew what they meant. I knew what they meant. Just that sentence kind of came off like, well, yeah, no shit. Yeah.
If we compare people to birds, these kids are like fledglings with impaired wings. But in this dream, well, they can fly freely. Even if they stumble along the way, well, they're still relying on their own
What about autism?
strength.
Oh, this old lady, she was talking about these orphans, and one of them said, oh, he's been living with autism since he was a child. And you're like, yes? Like, as opposed to living with it only when he was an adult? It's something that you have? What the fuck do you mean? Like, you know, just the wording of it, I got a little too hyper-focused on it.
And me, an old lady with no
Like, they're all
legs.
kids. Come on.
Without this dream, I couldn't even walk toward them.
I'm glad that you found a new life here in Penacony. It's just...
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams have their significance, but they aren't everything. Both the children and I understand this. No matter how long we fly through this dream, we will one day
Yeah, I suppose.
return to reality. But you know what? Emma and Gary aren't plagued by their insecurities anymore.
Also, one of the kids
and Carol
is,
learning
yeah.
how to cope with her blindness.
Yeah, Carol's blind.
Andy is livelier than ever. Well, even I've become more optimistic. You see, in dreams, we learn how to live. Once we return to reality, we learn how to survive.
And should our feathers be damaged, then we share our wings with one another. There's no need to covet an illusory sky in dreams. Because we have the right and the ability to fly towards a broader horizon.
It's a relief to see you safe and sound, Miss Robin.
It's nice to see you all again, Astral Express crew. I heard my disappearance caused quite the commotion out there. I'm really sorry about that.
I get that, but that's not... It would, in my opinion, and it's obviously take this for what it is, it's always the right call to have these things, if you can, have them identified properly. Getting identified for you, and your family deciding to treat you different for it, in my opinion, they're separate things. Because it was the right decision to tell you, but your family decided to treat it wrong. Because you're still a human being. And too many people have this stupid notion that, like, you've become this magic different person, and you cannot be understood, and you're this weirdo. You know, still to this day, there's a lot of, like, this prejudice towards it. Towards people with autism, towards people with any kind of condition, really. That becomes so installed into people that families end up, like, ostracizing people for no reason. Like, it was the right choice in my opinion anyway, for it to be identified, because then you know. Because what would you have rather lived your whole life believing that, like, some things you just won't get and you're different, but you have no answer for it? Like, something for some reason you can't understand, or something for some reason doesn't flow well, or something for some reason everyone else seems to nod with and you can't, and just not have an answer for it? No, I imagine that'd be more. I'd imagine that'd be more frustrating. Obviously, it's different per person. There's a very fucking long conversation to be had about that, but you also know what I mean. It's an answer, and so that should never be denied to you. That answer. What's unfortunate is how other people, when receiving that answer, decide to treat you for it. But I digress. That is a very long-winded and complicated topic to even try and entertain.
Since you're here, can we assume that you're fully aware of the situation in Penacony?
And what your brother's probably up to?
Ever since I returned to Penacony, my voice started to
Oh
change.
yeah, Robin, you're not mute
Until
anymore.
it gradually faded away. At first, I thought it was a temporary ailment.
But that's what I mean.
Perhaps
That
due to having been away too long.
Well, firstly, the idea of
thought
picking one,
maybe just take
or picking
some time for
favorites,
my
I always
body
think
to
is dangerous.
acclimate to the high concentration of Memorian as Donna.
Like, being the eldest has the highest responsibility, sure, because, you know, you're gonna be helping out your younger siblings one way or another, but you shouldn't be the golden child in any situation, because that always could just breed rivalry and discouragement and bitterment from your siblings of how you're treated different. You shouldn't have been treated any different, in my opinion. I know it's easier said than done. La Paz is what it is, and sometimes it can be vicious. But you shouldn't have been treated any different at home or family. You should have just been you. And that should have all it had been. And the fact that it's any different is heartbreaking to hear, so I'm sorry. Yeah, and then good. It's just a shame it went that way.
But now it seems...
Because I can only assume several members of your family were just raised under the notion that like it was some kind of evil thing, that you just worked a little different, that your brain was just wired a little differently. You know, that's basically like the some of the parts is basically what it is. And that stuff just depresses and angers me, because it's just like, no, you're still a human being. Before they knew any of that, you were you. After they knew that, nothing changed about you. So why did they suddenly change their perspective on you, you know? It was just hate. Maybe if it's not meant to be hate, or maybe it's just trying to be overly gentle, or, ooh, don't want to accidentally upset, or any of that shit, it's still not the correct choice.
The sweet dreams collapse. That memo
Like,
keeper
like,
mentioned the same thing.
I live in the UK, but this country went through all the bullshit of the vaccines cause autism debacle, and all of it was lies. And everyone knows this, other than conspiracy theorists that are psychopaths and somehow look at the many hundreds of thousands of kids that died in the UK over the span of a decade as a good thing. Because heaven forbid they accept they're wrong. But I digress. The point is, anytime I see anything remotely resembling that, because a lot of that reason why it blew up is because people were scared of the idea of autism, instead of just it being treated as it's just people that are a bit different, whatever. People were scared that heaven forbid, you know? And that still, to this day, 4 decades later, is still prevalent in so much of the first world. You know? There's still such a thing where it's like, oh no, they're weird, they're different. It's like, no, they're not. Everyone's got their problems, everyone's got their things. Some people are just a bit more noticeable than others, and some you'll never know. We're all human, we're all doing our struggles, you know? So hold on with an out there. I didn't mean it in that sense, it's just, you know what I mean. Oh, I got a text from my mum, so that's a good timing anyway, I can respond to her quickly. There. Speaking of my mum, she was a champion yesterday. Well, she's a champion all the time, she's my mum, but she was a real champion yesterday. She really was, because obviously, like I've mentioned it before, my uncle passed away. She went straight from work over to the cottage that my aunt and uncle lived in. Like, straight from work, to essentially just help out. She didn't get home. She finished work at 3:30 in the afternoon. She didn't get home until after 6, because she went straight to the cottage to help out with my auntie, help my uncle's her 3 sons, because all of them were there. Keep in mind, all 3 of the sons are in their 40s and 50s themselves now, but you know what I mean. She went straight there and was just helper and healer number 1. She spoke to them, tried to help them out, just do little things around the house, and in Genuine was just a complete unit, and then came home at 6ish, 3 hours later. I might sometimes bicker and argue with my mum, and sometimes you've heard me talk about my complaints and sometimes things that annoy her, but I'm never going to knock her will and how much of an inspiration she can be to me.
While I was away from Penacony, the boundaries of the 12 dreamscapes kept expanding outward. Whenever I mentioned the anomalies in my dreams, the family heads refused to talk about it. Only my brother was willing to respond.
Yeah, big. Yeah, I mean,
Later, I discovered the secret
especially,
letters from the IPC
I think it was like
ambassador.
tail end of 2021, early
She tried to
2022.
convince me that there are hidden
It felt like my
secrets
mum and I
beneath
were
the
at each other's
surface of
throats a
Penacony.
lot. It was one of the things that actually kind of helped when I started streaming. It was just something to take my mind off the fact, and it was for the right reasons. I was really not getting enough money out of work, and it was the only job I had, and it just wasn't enough to sustain. And to be fair, it still kind of isn't, if I'm being blunt now. I just do a lot more hours than I used to. And by a lot more, I mean I do 20 hours a week instead of what I was doing before, which was 7. Because I got my contracts up to 20. But it's hard for me to do more because of my disabilities. My joints start breaking on me if I do too much. So it's like a damned if I do, damned if I don't. But doing only 7 hours, bringing in £280 a month was not a fucking enough. And my mum was upset for me for it, and it led to a lot of bickering because despite everything I was trying to do, nothing was changing. I don't know what that... I think that's like, what, $350 I was making a month? Like, make that as you will.
The land of the exiles. Concealed by the family under the guise of death.
Whereas now I'm on about £900, so like just like around $1,000 a month in terms of US dollar comparison. Which still isn't the most ideal in terms of like if I ever want to like move out and get my own place and whatnot, but it is what it is. Until the housing market crashes, I don't think I'm getting a place, regardless of how many hours I do, if I'm honest. Especially as someone who would be the only income provider if I did get my own place, because I don't have a partner, and all my friends live... Well, all my closest friends live pretty far away. Exactly.
I hate to admit it, but the harmony in this place resonates more broadly than within the Sweet Dream. It's regrettable, but the family has experienced betrayal. The traitor, or traitors, abandoned their original principles and, using the name of harmony...
Also, it's worth mentioning, Robin is, because obviously she's part of Harmony, she's a support unit like Sparkle and whatnot, in terms of she's all about supporting the team and boosting them up. She's physical. She doesn't have an element tied to her. She's physical Harmony. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. Like, she doesn't have like an alternate element or anything. She's just like basic support in that sense. Bedroom apartments maddening. Yeah, that's another thing that kind of winds me up, but I will end up going on a long tangent. Like, how housing is handled in a lot of the first world. Like, the US especially, fucking Jesus Christ, the things I see. I'm just like, wow, how can anyone afford anything in the US? I'm like, oh wait, no, that's the point. That's why it's so extortion, because they've allowed these landlords to run fucking rampant and wild with it.
Could there be another force influencing?
But it's really not much better in the UK. It really isn't.
Robin?
Yeah, physical harm is kind of wild, yeah.
Considering what happened with Acheron, it's difficult to conceive of another entity within the realm
because,
of
like, Sparkle is quantum
capable of
harmony,
influencing
for example.
Unless a power surpassing that of an emanator is involved.
I'd heard about what happened to the Xianzhou Alliance, but as far as I'm aware...
The idea of Robin is that when you use her ultimate, she is directly removed from the battle. Like, she is unable to be forced. She sings a song, and the whole time that song is going, your entire team have a buff. So she leaves the stage to sing the song, essentially, so she's not available in battle. So you effectively have a team of 3, but it's a buffed team of 3. Additionally, they all get to have a turn immediately. So once you use her ult, your whole party get to have 1 action each for free. Regardless of what the enemy speed is or what your speed is. And I think, we checked earlier, her skill just boosts attack.
Regardless, I cannot accept my home is moving towards the very opposite of what the harmony represents, while still claiming to uphold it. I must uncover the reason why Mikhail cut ties with the family, and who exactly it was who betrayed us all. Do you remember our arrangement, Mr. Micah? Well, here's my answer. I've decided to forgo my role and never step foot on the Charming Festival stage again.
Her home doesn't resemble her home anymore, so she's not going to perform.
Look here, brother. A little bird.
Oh, more backstories.
Like a fledgling Charmony dove. But Charming
We had
adults don't live
Aventurine's
here.
like whole childhood backstory in 2.1, so now we're gonna get Robin and Sundays, huh?
Maybe its parents abandoned it?
It looks weak and frail. Why don't we find something soft and make a nest for it?
This place is too dangerous for a fledgling. Let's take it with us. We can put it on the wooden shelf in front of your window.
Okay. A bird like that must have a beautiful singing voice. But where will it live?
I'll ask the family head to build a cage for it.
A cage? But then it won't have the freedom to fly, right?
Oh boy, I think I've already worked out. I think from that slight exchange there, I've already figured this out. Because Robin's key art is her trying to break free of a bird's cage. And Sunday saying, oh no, the best thing to do is to put it in a cage. I think Sunday, whether deliberately or not, has given Robin her life. And has made the decisions of her life for her, and she's felt imprisoned by them. And although Sunday is keeping her safe, Robin wants to spread her wings and fly. I think that's the parallel between the siblings here.
See. What is
That's going to be my guess anyway, just from that exchange alone.
The two best interpreters of the Great One. To the point that they've forgotten how to enjoy their dessert. Oh, poor little thing.
Whose voice is
Doesn't
this?
look like it's doing well. Do you want to rescue it?
I do. But I don't want to lock it up in a cage.
Why?
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered and can't sing. It didn't come into this world just to be locked up in a cage. Birds. They should be flying free in the sky.
That's quite the romantic idea.
I bet Sunday's going to be like, no.
A young scholar. Do you agree with your sister?
I think she's right. But if we leave it out in the wild, it won't survive for more than a few days at best.
Ah, I see. It seems our little
You know, this
scholar
kind voice doesn't sound kind to me. Is it just me? It sounds more like ominous.
Story. As you probably
Let me tell you a story. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds off.
When they fly really high, the friction caused by the flapping of their feathers against the atmosphere creates amazing lights. So
What I'll do to show off Robin before we wrap up, because obviously new 5-star, you can do the trial. I'll do Robin's trial so you can see what she works and how she kind of works like, if you're curious about how a physical harmony would work.
But that's not the truth. Their radiant display is the result of countless struggles against nature over generations.
Over generations.
Their ancestors were too weak to survive.
Also, I don't think there's any new trophies in this update.
To escape predators,
I was kind of expecting, like, end of the story arc would have a new trophy, but no.
In the air.
I guess, like, unlike Genshin, they're trying to be a little bit more like, alright, do we really need to add more fucking trophies? Like, do we really?
After countless
That was funny. That's always funny with Genshin. Genshin has, like, nearly got 100 trophies in it now. Like, when Natlan comes out, I think it will push it over 100. And I'm like, that's just insane. Considering when the game launched, it had, like, 20. Like, on PS4.
Back at the ground again.
So, you mean...
Like, it had already got enough trophies that when the PS5 version came around, they could add a platinum. But now, like, they've got enough trophies, it's like, bruh, you've nearly got 100.
Right?
Well, that's...
I don't think anything's gonna beat fucking Tomb Raider Remastered anytime soon.
So,
but still.
What are your thoughts, Sunday?
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen
I think the Tomb Raider Remastered collection still to this, like, at least for now, has one of the most deranged lists I've ever seen in my life.
That's an interesting perspective.
Because who the fuck said, oh yeah, 200 trophies, we need another 60 yet. Like, what do you mean?
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself because I want it to live. No matter what.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found your own answer.
So yeah, the voice encouraged them to make their own paths, not realizing that Sunday's belief of keep it caged to keep it safe would then manifest towards his sister as well. Which in turn would make Robin miserable because she just wants to be a free spirit. God, yeah, that is a very, very good point that I wanted to talk about. Well, there's two things I want to talk about with Xbox. The one that is interesting in a good way, and one that really pissed me off that I think that happened yesterday, and I think everyone's a little pissed off at it. But yeah, there's been murmurs that other and more Xbox properties are going to come to PlayStation or just other platforms in general, and I can't wait at the idea because I'd love to play more Halo on in general. The MCC, I have no idea how many achievements it has, but I imagine it's close, if not more than Tomb Raider. Like, I think it might actually break that record because it's 6 games plus an entire unique list. Because I mean, it has 7 lists. It has 6 lists, 1 list for each game. So Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, and 4. But it also has a separate list that's specifically just for online trophies or / achievements. So like that game, that list, the thought of how big that list could be is terrifying. But the unfortunate bad thing is that it was announced yesterday via email that from Matt Booney, that 4 Xbox studios are getting shut down, including but not limited to Tango Gameworks and Arcane Studio. Or Arcane Austin to be specific, which is heartbreaking and very fucking frustrating. For those who don't know, Tango Gameworks is The Evil Within and Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush we played not too long ago as a one-off stream, and I fucking loved it. Despite that being a breakout hit and one of the best-selling games on Xbox in recent years, apparently it wasn't enough because the studio got shut down by Xbox for financial reasons. They shut it down because they wanted to make more money by having less people working, so they just killed the company. I'm like, they gave you the only banger you've had in 8 years, Xbox, for fuck's sake, why did you shut them down? But I digress. But they also shut down Arcane Austin, which if you don't know what that studio is, that is Prey, that is Dishonored, that is, I know it wasn't good, but they were still working on it, Redfall. That was games like that, they all got shut down. Roundabout also got shut down, which were, I want to say they were Brink. If any of you remember that game from the PS3 and 360 generation, that was Brink. They killed that team, and they also killed... I forget what the last team was called, but they killed a team that basically specialized in mobile games. All 4 of them just got shut down to likely just try and please investors. Like, hey, look, we're spending less money because we've got less teams now. Fuck you. You've thrown out several hundred people's jobs just for it, including one that just gave you the first success you've had in literally years. If giving you the best knockout title success, something that went on to win BAFTA awards and Game of the Year awards, wasn't enough to keep your team safe and stop them from getting shut down, no team is safe under Microsoft. You know? Hey, I hope Hellblade 2 is an insane success, because if it doesn't break 10 million units, the company's going to get shut down. Ninja Fury's going to cease to exist, you know? The only team they've kept since the Bethesda buyout is Bethesda. Every single company tied to Bethesda has now been killed. Since Bethesda was brought by Microsoft. It's only fucking Bethesda that they still have kept. And that shit just pisses me off. Like, it's just like, no, they don't deserve that. Yeah, and the whole shit with Sony, like, it's so annoying because Sony should be taking the beating of their life and really getting their shit kicked in as a company for their awful decisions that are being made. But for every single time Sony, like, tumble over a step, Microsoft's in the corner is putting a bullet to their balls. And it's like, the only reason Sony keep on getting away with this shit is because Microsoft keep on making worse fuck-ups. You know? Like, no, they should be held accountable. So, the industry at large would be so much better if all of the larger players were held to a standard. But they're not, because everyone's so bad, minus Steam and Nintendo, like, when it comes to their games. Nintendo as a company is a whole different beast, but as in terms of their games, they don't fire people regardless of what they make, they just make games. If you're just going to ruin them. Because tax write-offs and trying to please investors. Investors are happy because you're expanding. Investors are happy because you're saving money. Investors are only ever happy if money goes up. They don't care about the people or anything else. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, they have their problems too, but that's what I mean. Like, there needs to be a standard. Every company should be should be working at their best to force each other to work at their best. It's literally the reason why there should never be a market monopoly. Each company, in an ideal world, should be working at their best to force the others to do so. And if one of them isn't, they should be penalized for it. Not like some of the biggest players out there are all fumbling over themselves, but because one of them's fumbling over themselves so much harder, the other one gets away with it. Because that's basically what's happening. Sony had the whole Helldiver situation, but beyond that, that's it. No one's brought up shit about the fact that you need PSN for basically everything else anyway. No one's brought up that, you know, Sony want their games to be £100 at launch or $120 at launch. That no one's brought up any of that shit. No, because Microsoft's too busy kicking themselves in the nads 8 times in a public display and then firing several thousand people for shits and giggles. So people aren't really that fussed about the whole Sony thing. And it's like, no, that's important too. Yeah, or like all the bullshit with visual novels and... But yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it's all frustrating. But Microsoft really pissed a lot of people off yesterday, and rightly so. Most of it was because of Tango Gameworks getting shut down. Like, people were obviously upset about all the others. But the fact that, you know, like, fucking the studio that gave you an original, brand new property that sold really well and won awards, and people said, wow, this game is amazing and is a good and should be a good representation of the future of Xbox. That's the studio you closed? You fucking psychopath. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so that's 700 achievements for Halo MCC. That's 100 per game and 100 multiplayer then. So 100 for Halo 1, 100 for 2, 100 for 3, 100 for ODST, 100 for Reach, 100 for 4. And then 100 that are just multiplayer. I know I've got a lot of achievements, because like, I don't check, so I don't care about my achievement score on my achievement list, but I just have played a lot of Halo MCC on Xbox One. If I can transfer my save, I'll be hella curious to see if you can transfer your progress, like how many I've got. Oh, I don't doubt it. I'm genuinely curious how many I've got.
We will take good care of it. Won't we, brother?
Yeah. But, Mr. Gopherwood, there's one thing I don't quite understand.
And what might that be?
Oh, this is dead.
My son.
What if this little Charmony dove never learns to fly?
Oh, and now here's the thing with Robin.
I
You
mean,
never let Robin spread her
if
wings,
there
she'll
are
never fly.
fledglings in this world that can never fly throughout their lives, should we let them go back to the sky? Only to see them crash to the ground and die?
Talking in your sleep, birdie? Time to wake up.
Gmod guy. Oh, hey, Sunday. Yeah, okay, I can mention it's Sunday's wings. They're blue. You can see them inside his jacket. It looks like he's wearing a waistcoat. He's not. That's his wings that he has pinned to his chest.
Huh? Need a hand?
I wonder if Sunday's going to become playable.
I'm still alive?
Yeah. Happy about that.
Where is Robin? Tell me. Now.
I knew that was going to be the first thing you'd ask. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. She's probably walking around the streets now. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all, right in front of you is the guy who just stabbed you in the chest with a dagger.
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me your demands, lackey of the Watchmaker.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families. Looks like I made the right choice.
Choice?
You are aware of my plan and see through my act. Time is running out, so let's drop the charades. I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate? What makes you think I'd cooperate with you?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Penacony. Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of deception.
Fine, you don't have to trust me. What you should trust is the sense of justice inside of you.
Show me Robin first.
All right, as you wish. Here she is.
Huh?
Firefly's like, what the fuck? What are you on about?
What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean, this lady will lead us to Robin, right?
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you owe an explanation.
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak family head. Now, all the actors are on the stage.
Stage for what? Moments later.
This is the monument I mentioned earlier. The names inscribed on it should be familiar to all of you.
Rosalina and Tiernan.
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars.
When we next get full control of...
Donna, and their names deserve to be immortalized. Not just on the
from
small
Firefly.
stone town, but
I don't
in the
know.
annals
When we
of
next get
history
full
for
control
all
of the team, I'm probably going to wrap up.
However,
just as a heads up.
Today, the planet of festivities.
I know we really haven't done
nothing
that
but
much
sweet
story because I've been
dreams.
exploring and waffling,
That
but
heavy piece of history
I kind
is
of needed
all
to just kind of
distant
chat
memory.
and like, just kind of shoot the shit for a while.
Just like that prison.
Their names are inscribed here.
We're going to be playing this game for the rest of the week
That
anyway, so we'll
means-
get the story done before the week's out.
According to Micah, they died long ago.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of Memoria, but she never returned. Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles.
Yeah, it's no worries,
He
dude.
didn't live long enough to witness the arrival of true peace.
I was going to
In
chat
the
shit
decade
regardless,
following the
but
war,
I appreciate it anyway.
Penacony faced challenges internal and
It was nice to take my
external.
mind off things for a few hours and
To
just kind of shoot
protect
the shit.
Astana, Tiernan took up the way
It's
of
also
the
a very
Trailblazers,
nice and warm
led the
day, so I
Landmark
might go sit
family
out in
to
the sun
explore
after this.
beyond the system.
Which is also part of the reason why I want to wrap up. Because after that wasp arrived, I closed my window and now my room is roasting. Because my room, the window faces the morning sun. And keep in mind, I stream in the morning, so I've had the sun beaming on my window all morning.
Though I had expected
So
as
it's starting
much,
to, I'm starting to
the
cook in
tales
here a
of
little bit.
these heroes truly are sorrowful.
True to the title of Trailblazer, they spent their lives venturing into the unknown.
It's why I struggle in the summer.
What about this town?
So so much. Like the past
There
couple
are
of
no
years, I always
names
try and take a
on
week off, like somewhere in the middle of the summer, so I don't melt. It's also part of the reason why I don't want to do the 0.8s in the Genshin updates anymore, because 2.8, that stream, that 7.5 hour stream was the death of me.
When Dreamflux Reef was created,
That was brutal.
owner was
I
still
just wanted to get the event done,
However,
and then like 7 hours
he
later, on the
insisted on
hottest day of
erecting a
summer,
monument for
after
himself,
going through like 8 bottles of
saying
water,
that it will happen
I was so
someday.
like exhausted. I was like, oh my god, because it was just so hot. My room, I think that day was like 31 or 32 degrees Celsius. Like my room, not outside, my room was like 31 or 32 degrees Celsius. It was brutal.
Here we meet again.
Because obviously my PlayStation was just
Everyone
generating
from the
heat because it's a
Astral
computer.
Express.
Because they're basically computers as well. And the morning sun all morning and whatnot. It was vicious.
Robin.
And so afterwards I was like, you know what, I'm never going to do that again. Am I free to bugger off? I just wanted to make sure I don't get interrupted so I can do some grinding and whatnot. I am awesome, so I will wrap it up. Ooh, here they are. Hey, Sunday. Hey, guy who might be the villain. Look at that fucking grin. Look at that grin he has on his face. Does that look like a good guy to you? Oh, right. I said before I wrap, I was going to show off how Robin plays. Hang on. So before I go... fucking what's it called? Is it... No. Is it Travelog? It's Travelog. I forget what the event's called when you're looking for the event page in this. Let me show how Robin plays. The ultimate activates Concerto, making all allies immediately take action. Concerto increases attack for the whole team. After teammates attack, trigger additional damage. After an ally attacks, Robin regenerates energy.
I hear some disharmony.
But yeah, see, this is how her ability works. The enemy will follow me, but they can't attack. Alright, her basic attack does minor physical damage. Her skill increases damage dealt by all enemies. Ultimate, we've already read, she goes into a special state and all your buddies get attack boosts and do extra damage. Her talent increases all allies' crit damage. And Robin additionally regenerates energies for after allies attack enemies.
dangerous thoughts. Harmony and unison.
Oh, I'll play it at normal speed so you can actually see how it works. Watch this.
Tonight, souls shall embrace.
Do you hear the music cut out? Do you hear the battle music stop playing? Because her music's about to take over.
Tonight, the stars echo because of me. What are you looking at?
If you have Robin in your team, you get a fucking album. She will sing one of her songs when you use an ult.
Idle mode. Maybe you can keep it down? Naughty children, don't listen.
But she's also technically not a part of the battle. So she's not a part of the battle until the song finishes. Furina! She gets the microphone and everything. It takes right off though. Yeah, that's fair. Oh wow! You get an achievement for listening to her sing. That's funny. How has they built her in this? Because I haven't actually looked into how you're expected to build her. That makes sense. High break effect. High energy regen rate. Now that makes sense as well. Is that her? Is that her boost? This 67% boost on all elemental damage? Jesus. I think that's her that causes that. That's sick. Problems with each language? As far as I'm aware, no, because the singer is Chevy. They got a professional singer to do all the singing for Robin, and I don't know if they got a different professional singer in like each language. I'm pretty sure they didn't. I think they just Chevy sings all of it. And considering Chevy is bilingual, actually I said because she's bilingual, she might do it in every language. But if I change it to Japanese, she might sing it in Japanese because I think she knows. I know she's English and I know she knows Chinese, but I don't know if she knows Japanese. Your
Savor the vigor of it.
Yes! Take this! Shape to rise, Venus! Time to twirl!
Time to twirl!
Hands hurt. I won't break.
Oh, you can attack her. They changed that then.
I won't break.
In the beta, she was removed from battle. They changed that then. They nerfed her. They made it so she has to still be like something that can be hit. Alright, Herta. Do you hear that laughing? Big diamond!
This big diamond!
It's all yours!
Yours! Time to twirl!
Time to twirl.
Honored to meet me.
Time for a shot. Now time.
Yeah, you can hurt her. And now her song's finished because 2 turns have passed.
Victory.
And then the normal battle theme comes back in. Yeah, Kurumi. That's like Herta's like the only character that I kind of like makes me want to play it in the Japanese dub.
Time to play the next piece.
Just because Kuru Kuru and Kurumi. Kuru Kuru.
No more playing nice.
And then, of course, we've got Topaz and Nami, who are in this banner. Alright, was the achievement what I think it is? Listen to her song. In combat, view Robin for more than 10 seconds in checking mode after using her ultimate, Vox Harmonicue, Opus Cosmicue. That's funny. For her ult. Before we go, there's something else I have to be wary of. It's this. If I'm gonna get Robin, I'm obviously gonna want to get her weapon. or her light cone. But the last time I rolled for a light cone was Acheron, and I haven't touched it since. Yeah, and it was real rough and goes boom. Yeah. Wouldn't it be a great way to end this stream if I got it on like this roll right here, right now, which I'm gonna do right this second? You can guarantee. Fuck. Never mind. Oh, that's the other new one. You can hang on. The other new light cone. Black Swan and Acheron dancing in a suit and dress. It was... Like, that's so hot. Like, that's so cool. Like, Acheron in, like, a full suit, like, dancing with Black Swan in the dress. Like, Jesus Christ. That's the other new light cone of this update. It's for Nihility characters. Increases the wearer's crit rate by 8% and does 25% more crit damage to enemies that are currently slowed or have their defense reduced. But I will call it here. And this is the one I'm not trying to get. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry for waffling on, but it's one of those things. I just need to kind of, like, chat and catch up with you guys. And we'll do more story properly tomorrow. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely really helps the channel grow. Additionally, you can find my Patreon, my PayPal, and my good old Twitter in the description of every video. But until next time, you guys take care now. Peace.